Sports presents coverage of high school football tonight. A great rivalry as Maple Grove hosts Osseo in the Northwest Suburban Conference game. Hello and welcome to Maple Grove High School. John Jacobson along with Joe Moline. And Joe, always a terrific game when these teams meet. They didn't play last year. Rivalry gets renewed here in 2014, and it's 6-0. Maple Grove taking on 4-2 Osseo.
Yeah, I was the biggest crybaby last year when they didn't get to play because they were never paired up so nicely with both teams making it equally as far onto the state quarterfinals, and they had such good, strong teams again last year. This year, Maple Grove's the undefeated team. They're kind of the talk of the state a little bit, with Eden Prairie obviously being number one, but Maple Grove being the one that everyone's like, are they number two? Osseo's a good team. They have a couple of losses, but it's weird to see Osseo come in as the underdog considering the recent history.
Well, Osseo's two losses have come to pretty fair teams, Eden Prairie being one of them, Minnetonka the other one, both of those games on the road. So they're undefeated in conference games and really have had one-sided wins the last 3 weeks against Spring Lake Park, Anoka, and Armstrong.
Absolutely. Osseo comes into this game playing their best football of the year. They really got good the last 3 weeks. Both teams coming in on a shutout. And for Osseo, they're good at having that chip on their shoulder. Coach Lamker's good at playing that role. So I think Osseo will be ready coming to Maple Grove here tonight as the underdog and hoping to win a conference championship with a victory here tonight and maybe another one next week.
Let's look at our key players, starting with the Orioles. Prince Crew has had a terrific year running the football, Joe, for Osseo.
Yeah, he's a home run hitter. Both coaches on both sides of the ball said he can score anytime he touches the football, and that's what Maple Grove fears, and that's what Osseo needs here tonight. In the last 3 weeks alone, he's got almost 11 touchdowns on the year. Last 3 weeks alone, averaging 250 yards per game. He's really a monster for Osseo.
For Maple Grove, a guy that plays on both sides of the football, Adam Brandt, leads the team in receiving yards and receptions, also leads the team in tackles.
Yeah, Maple Grove has a great rushing attack, but when they need a big first down through the air, that's who they call on. He's made big catches for them all season long, has 2 touchdowns, and then defensively, he's probably the most important player in their defensive scheme. Also scored a defensive touchdown this year as well.
Maple Grove coming off a shutout, actually back-to-back shutouts. They blanked Totino Grace here a couple weeks ago, 28-0. Last week, 50-0 at Plain. So Osseo, as you mentioned, definitely the underdog. What needs to go right here for the Orioles for them to pull the upset?
Well, Osseo has to run the football. That's what they do well. The problem is Maple Grove's been so good against it this year. They haven't given up a rushing touchdown all year. They've given up 5 passing touchdowns. Normally, Osseo comes in with a very strong passing attack. This year, the reason why their passing attack has worked is because of the strength of their running game. So tonight, they got to hit a couple home runs with Prince, and they got to try to connect on a couple of balls over the top, and then it's win the turnover battle.
Should be a great one here tonight. Osseo and Maple Grove, final Friday night of the regular season in high school football, and it comes your way live next year on Channel 12.
You watch Channel 12 at home. Why not on the go? Channel 12 is online at 12.tv. Watch on your phone, on your tablet. Channel 12 is your local source wherever you go. Just log on to 12.tv. Check out our videos, subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on Twitter, like us on Facebook, and even watch live events via live stream. So don't wait. Stay up to date with Channel 12 and 12.tv, your local source.
We are back at Maple Grove High School, ready for live football. Maple Grove Osseo on Channel 12. Our sideline reporter tonight is Allie Arlt. Let's go down to her now.
Hey guys, it's no surprise that tonight's game is the Star Tribune's top game of the week. Why? 2 great teams, a great rivalry, and whoever wins tonight takes first place in the conference. Now, for Osseo, they score about 35 points on average per game, but tonight they face one of the top defenses in the state. Now, Coach Lemker told me today that what it's going to take and come down to is the plays on the edge. If Maple Grove beats out Osseo on the edge, his team is in trouble. Now, on the other side, Coach Lombardi for Maple Grove said he acknowledges Osseo's very fast offense. Now, if his defense doesn't play that fast offense with them, he says his team will be in trouble. Guys, it should be a really great game. And did I mention that it's sold out here tonight?
They are still filing in from the parking lot across the street, and yes, we are going to have a big crowd on hand. Dean Lamb handling the kickoff duties, and it's handled at the 12-yard line, and a return out to the 25, and that's where Maple Grove will start first down and 10. Mark Winicky on the return of the opening kickoff. So Joe, first possession comes to Maple Grove's offense. And we talked to Coach Lampker before the game. He said this is as good a Maple Grove offense as they've had in a long time.
Yeah, it helps having a guy like Winicky in the backfield who, we talked about on the opposite end how they can hit the home run at any time with Krua, but Winicky is a very similar back. And you see Brad Davison, a sophomore quarterback, not playing anything like a sophomore in his first year at the starting quarterback position.
First down and 10 from the 26. And a rollout for Davison under some pressure. Gets away. Now finally throws, and it is almost intercepted. And some pressure Davison getting away from, but then Stefano Wayu almost picked that one off. Davison avoiding the initial rush from George Foley. And Foley comes back and almost gets him again, along with Jake Shopper. And then Amawayu almost got to that one. Second down and 10. Pitch will go back. Winicky hit in the backfield, bounces away, and spins only to the 29 for a gain of 3. Killian Okari on the tackle. It'll be third down and 7 as you look at the Crimson starting offense.
That pitch for Winicky it gives him the ball deep in the backfield, gives him the vision he likes there. It's not necessarily meant to be a sweep to the outside, but a good containment on the end from Osseo sent him more up the middle anyways. Good initial contact there from the Orioles. They did not tackle him near the line of scrimmage when Doe had a chance.
Third and 7 from the 29. Davison roll out right. Floats it out to the sideline and incomplete. Pretty good coverage for Osseo. Brandt, the closest receiver to it. And a 3 and out for Maple Grove.
Well, a good sign for Osseo early on, and that's that Maple Grove felt the need to go to the air twice on that possession. Third down and 7 being the one reason, but on first down they tried to loosen up the defense a little bit. And so far, Osseo's defense up to the task. A nice start for the Orioles with that 3 and out.
Jebediah is the punter, standing back on his 16-yard line. A little bit of a low snap, gets the kick away though. Line driver will take a good Maple Grove bounce. And this will roll down dead just inside the Osseo 25-yard line. So a 46-yard kick for Doe with no return. And the first offensive series of the game for the Osseo Orioles. Malik Gillard, starting quarterback for Darren Lampker. Look at his passing numbers, getting close to 60% of his passes, 10 TDs, no interceptions on the season. Prince Krua, we talked about that offensive line. Darren Lampker said is as good as he's had at Osseo. And they'll look to open holes for Krua and Justin Ikior tonight. Krua gets through an initial hole, but Maple Grove, as they often do, comes in waves, and Brandt leading the charge there gets him after a very short gain.
And that's the one thing you're going to notice. It's speed versus speed here when Osseo has the football. A lot of speed to the outside where Lampker wants to try to win this football game, but Maple Grove combats that with as good a team speed as you're going to see defensively all season long.
Second down and 9. Quick throw on the outside. Padre Busari is going to be dropped back. Good coverage on the ball again. Isaac Collins coming up. Chris Fondakowski.
Watch Fondakowski there, 12. He gets in on the tackle at the end, but it was his presence to be on the outside there, make the receiver juke to the inside where he knew he had help coming. That fundamental play defensively allowed that to go for no gain.
Third down and 9. Gillard now out of the shotgun. He'll hand off to Krua. And he'll get a couple of yards out to the 30, gains 4. But like Maple Grove in its first possession, it'll be a 3 and out for Osseo.
You see they get the pulling guard out there in front, but Maple Grove's defense just strings it out long enough there to allow the defense and the speed of the Maple Grove defense to close in on the running back Krua.
Kick will hit at the 38 and go out of bounds. And a kick by Dean Lum. And Maple Grove will get a little better field position on this second drive. They'll have it 1st and 10 at their 38. Kick of 32 yards and no return.
Well, it's amazing how important special teams can be just even early on in this game. No big returns either way, but just a better punt by Maple Grove than what Osseo got. As you take a look at Coach Matt Lombardi in his 4th year, bringing Maple Grove to an undefeated regular season last year and hoping to do the same again this year as the Crimsons sit 6-0.
Single back is Winnicky. He'll take the handoff from Davison. Out past the 40, 45 into Osseo territory. Still on his feet down to the 43 of Osseo.
You see Winnicky, he's a north and south running back, and he doesn't look like the kind of running back that can break tackles, but it's his feet movement and his ability to keep on driving those feet that allows him to shake off tackles. Winnicky's having an excellent season this year, averaging 130 yards per game on the season with 12 touchdowns in 6 games.
Gain of 19 yards. 1st down and 10, Maple Grove from the Osseo 43. Davison will give this time to Collins inside the 40, 35 out of the 33. May have another 1st down. Foley on the tackle for Osseo. But a gain of 11 yards on the 1st carry of the night for Isaac Collins.
Isaac Collins had a monster game in our coverage of the Maple Grove Wayzata football game, and on that play right there, did a great job showing some patience as MJ Dorn was the pulling offensive lineman for the Crimson. As he waited for Dorn to get there, he used a little bit of a hesitation as blocker kicked out the defender, and that allowed that hole to open up.
Back-to-back 1st downs for Maple Grove. 1st and 10 from the Osseo 32. Collins in motion, takes the handoff. 30-yard line, 25, cutting back, a little stiff arm, and driving the defender to the 22-yard line. Tackled by Segun Adenje, but a good run again by Collins. He's very close to a 1st down.
And Collins gets that handoff as he's in motion from the split position, and that gives him speed. He gets up to speed really quickly in that spot. He's averaging 102 yards per game, and he's not the featured back this year for Maple Grove, but as the second running back, he's eclipsed over 100 yards in the last 4 games.
Gain of 9, 2nd down and 1. Winnicky's got a 1st down and a lot more. Inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Demario Armstrong on the tackle.
The offensive line for Maple Grove doing a great job opening up a nice hole there for Winnicky, and that's when Winnicky's at his best. North and south, a lot of speed, runs over the secondary.
They'll get the call again after a 9-yard gain. Made it 1st and 10. This time we'll only get about a yard. Cordell Russell making the stop. 2nd down and 9. 4th carry for Winnicky here in the 1st quarter.
Should also mention too, it's not as traditional right now in a lot of these different teams we're seeing in our coverage of high school football, but Kyle Anderson plays fullback for the Crimson, and he does a good job of opening up holes for his running back. You see him right now split up on the left side right behind the tight end. He's a key to watch in this offense as well as they put him in motion.
2nd down and 9. They give it to Collins, trying to sweep right. And still on his feet, gets inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Need about 5 yards, Joe, out of what looked like nothing. Russell on the tackle.
That's the athleticism to Collins. Osseo did a decent job there of containing the edge, but he just continued to work his feet to the edge and use his feet to get up north, and gave his team a lot better chance here on 3rd down. Had he been stopped at that line of scrimmage, this would have been a tough 3rd down conversion for the Crimson. Instead, it's advantage Maple Grove as they get ready for this 3rd down and 4.
Ball at the 8-yard line of Osseo. And we get a timeout taken by Maple Grove.
This looks like one of those timeouts where Coach Lombardi changed his mind of the play call as the huddle broke. He wants to change the personnel, and he's asking Isaac Collins to check back into the game here, get one of his wide receivers out of the game, Eddie Lee.
A lot of students wearing pink, Joe, tonight in support of breast cancer research. Seen a lot of schools with tackle cancer nights. The Coaches Association has really gotten behind the last couple of years and been very successful. The partnership with the high school coaches and the tackle cancer program.
An important initiative. It's a really easy one to get around with it affecting each and every family. It seems like you either have someone in your family or know someone close to that's had some kind of encounter with it.
Third down, a little less than 5 to go here for the Crimson in their second series of the game. Fake to Winnicky, and it's Collins who took the direct snap going to the end zone. He is very close to the goal line. They're going to mark him just shy down about the half-yard line.
You see that with that timeout, they moved Davidson out of the quarterback position, but kept him in the huddle. They broke the huddle. Collins gets the direct snap, fakes the handoff to Winnicky. That's just difficult for a defense to stop having two weapons like that as options in the backfield. They did actually give him the touchdown.
They did give him the score. So now the extra point. It was a delayed call. Definitely would have come under review, Joe, in college or pro football.
We'll review it in just a moment.
I think that was the right call. Tyler Knudsen on for the extra point and boots it through with 5:50 to go here in the first quarter. Maple Grove has the first points on the 8-yard touchdown run by Isaac Collins.
You see just the surge that Collins gets up the middle, gets hit upright, and yeah, I think you're going to see he's down a yard short of the first down, half a yard short. So not the right call in the field, but difficult to make for the officials, especially when he ends up in the end zone at the end of the play. But clearly, in both college and pro football, that ball would have came out there to about the 1.5-yard line. It would have been a first down, though, so you're not going to hear Osseo jumping and screaming too much about it, knowing that Maple Grove was going to have 4 more plays to try to plunge it into the end zone. But you see Maple Grove in that possession, they just got to that ground game after going 0 for 2 in the air on their first possession and going 3 and out. They went with the bread and butter ground game right there, and the offensive line really got it going, including a great block there from Ben Schultz on that touchdown.
All 62 yards, Joe, on the ground in that drive. Kickoff by Knudsen. Taken by Hughes, and Martellus Hughes gets to the 25 before he's driven back. Second series on offense for Osseo will start at their 27-yard line. Let's look at Darren Lampker, head coach at Osseo, now in his 10th season. Really a terrific. You've had a lot of good teams. I mean, especially the last couple of years. Last year had that great game that we called down at the Metrodome, our last high school game that we did at the Dome with Osseo and Totino Grace, and the team a couple of years ago with Bridge Tussler, and last year able to run and throw so well. And off to a 4-2 start and coming off 3 big one-sided wins here. Gallard rolling out on first down, throwing and incomplete off the hands of Stephen Fisher. No, it's Ekior, excuse me, on the intended receiver.
And that's you asked in the pregame, John, what Osseo has to do to pull off the victory here tonight, and it's those kind of plays that have to be cleaner. Right there, the quarterback rolls out, puts a pretty good throw. It's a little bit overthrown, but he needs Ekior to come down and make that catch and give them a good 7-8 yard gain.
Pitch goes to Crua, and Crua really hit as he hit the line of scrimmage by Collins. Oh, that was a hit, Joe.
Yeah, Isaac Collins is one of the few guys out there on the football field that can run with Crua, and he's enjoying it right now because I've seen him now with 2 nice tackles on Crua. He's up to the challenge here tonight. Look at the speed that gets him to the football, and then he runs through Crua not to miss that tackle. That's a big play for the Crimson defense on a loss to Crua, and that puts Osseo in a very difficult spot here at 3rd down and 11.
Line of scrimmage to 26. Gallard under center, quick drop back, throws to his left, gets the completion. It's a first down out to the 40-yard line, and a pickup of 14 yards on the play. First down as Padre Basari comes down with his first catch tonight.
You have to like what you saw to Gallard here because it's a 3-step drop. He gets rid of the football and gets it on target, and if he has any hesitation right there, that play is probably going to be disrupted in the backfield as the pressure was coming to the quarterback. So a nice big first down completion, first down of the game for the junior quarterback.
Sorry, second catch. First one went for 0 yards. This one goes for almost 15. Crew on first down. A little bit of a hole, enough to get out to the 45. For his forward progress and stop, and a gain of 4.
And that's the kind of play right now Osseo has to be proud of, because because when you have a home run hitting running back, you're so used to the big plays. But tonight in this game, a 4-yard gain on first down against Maple Grove is huge. And you want to move the ball here, move the chains, and obviously put points on the board, but keeping that Maple Grove offense off the field is going to be important tonight as well.
Second down and 6. Orioles at their 45. Hand off to Crua. And that time he hit a wall and is driven back. Jack Dahl McGlone, 6'1" senior defensive lineman, number 5, in on the stop.
I'll tell you, there's a couple of guys that come in there and help make the tackle for Maple Grove, but one of the defensive linemen in there, Craig Urquhart, also did a great job of disrupting that play. Doesn't get credit for the tackle, but he stood his ground there on that double team and didn't allow to get pushed off the line of scrimmage.
3rd and 6 for the Orioles. Hard looking to the sideline, and Osseo is going to run out of time. They have to call timeout. Each team's used a timeout here in the first quarter. Let's go down to the field, and LAR with a report.
Thanks, guys. A notable player missing from Osseo's offense tonight is wide receiver Gabriel Galamalu. This guy is a specimen. He plays varsity football and varsity soccer. Last night, he was up at the crossbar going for a goal. He's a top leading goal scorer on the soccer team. He broke his foot. Out for the rest of the season for football. Kind of bad news for Osseo, but looks like maybe they'll have somebody else filling in for him.
Thanks, Allie. Yeah, Martellus Hughes has taken his spot, but certainly a guy in Galamalu who's been a good receiver for them. Soccer and football season, unfortunately, end on the same night. They were eliminated in soccer, and then the injury takes them out of football. And it's a pass here incomplete. On the intended pass to Basari. It'll be 4th down and 6.
Well, he was the leading receiver for the Osseo Orioles, but also the kicker. I mean, he was a big important
punter,
part of this. Yeah, punter rather. Sorry, he was a big important part of this Osseo team. Surely going to be missed, but as the course of the season happens, injuries happen. It's got to be just a little bit more frustrating than it happened at the other fall sport. But it's such a unique scenario to have a star player on both the football and the soccer team.
Flag is down. I didn't see haven't not seen a signal yet. It looks like it's going to be against Osseo. The Orioles are marching back.
Well, and I think the question and explanation might be coming if the loss of down, and why did the play continue so he actually was asked if he should move it back or not. And Coach Lombardi is going to move him back. So illegal chop block is going to be the call. It happened right there in the middle of the line of scrimmage. That usually is when a defensive lineman is being engaged by one blocker and then gets hit low from another. It's usually when that call happens. And it's the reason why Maple Grove is not declining and having them punt on 4th down and 5. It's such a big penalty. It's a 15-yard penalty. So you want to move them back as far as possible.
They've got to cross midfield to get a first down. They're at their own 30 now on 3rd down again. Now in 21 to go. A handoff to Crua. And he gets 3 yards out to the 33. And that's it. Chris Fondakowski in on the stop. And now we'll get 4th down.
Yeah, Osseo wants to get to the edge with Crua, but right now the defense for Maple Grove, especially the cornerbacks, are defending the run so well that they're not able to get to that corner.
Another punt for Lum, and this one will roll down inside the 30, down to the 25, 24-yard line. Down by Fisher, and Maple Grove will have the ball for the 3rd time tonight. 43-yard kick and no return.
Now, one thing we talked about, Osseo's defense is going to struggle tonight, maybe stopping this Maple Grove offense. It is an advantage Maple Grove. This is one of the most balanced offenses the Crimson have had under Coach Lombardi. And one way you can take away that advantage is by trying to turn the football over. But Maple Grove's taken pretty good care of the football this year. They've only lost 1 fumble in the 6 games this year, but they have thrown 5 interceptions. But the difficult thing to get them in that interception position is to put them in position where they need to throw the football.
1st and 10 for the Crimson. Late here in the first quarter. They start this series from their 24. Winnicky gets the call, 30-yard line, 35's got a first down and picks up 11. His 5th carry tonight.
I'll tell you, John, the big thing right now is Maple Grove is winning up front. Look at that. The line simply blocks off the entire left side there, so Winnicky has his eyes upfield, and he is getting to that second level with the linebackers in the secondary engaging him. And when he's already at that level, with the kind of speed that he picks up and the vision that he has, he's able to get that first down run.
Already 75 yards rushing between Winnicky and Collins here in the first quarter. 4th first down of the game gives Maple Grove a first down and 10 from their 35. Winnicky in motion, fake the handoff. This is Collins throwing, looking deep, and has completion. It's Davison inside the 40, down to the 35 of Osseo. Brad Davison, the quarterback, on the reception from Isaac Collins.
Well, a nice wrinkle to the offense there, because you bring Collins in, and Osseo has to be thinking, okay, they're running the football. Is it going to be 3 or 22? Is he going to give it to Winnicky, or is he going to keep it himself? Nowhere in the back of their minds did they think Collins was going to drop back and pass, much less to the quarterback, the sophomore Brad Davidson, who gets downfield and once again shows off some athleticism going up and getting that football.
Gain of 30, first down and 10, handoff to Collins. He rips off close to 5 yards. Tackle by Johnson. 2nd down. Ball to 31 of Osseo. Davison will hand off to Winnicky. Big hole right side. Winnicky in a race to the end zone. He'll get there. Touchdown Maple Grove. 31 yards for Clark Winnicky.
Well, Osseo is going to have to do something to disrupt this Maple Grove offense and the rhythm they got on the running game right now, so they tried to bring some pressure. They brought both linebackers from the middle. Problem with that is they have to get in there and create some havoc, and instead they get picked up perfectly. Great block by the fullback Anderson. The line was blocking down to the left side. They pick it up perfectly, and that gives Winnicky, again, the kind of protection he needs at the line of scrimmage. Once he gets to that second level, it's good night.
Knudsen's extra point is good on the 13th rushing touchdown of the season for Clark Winnicky.
The Maple Grove offensive line, it looked like, had probably the perfect running play selected for that blitz that they saw, because they were all just blocking the gap in front of them. And so those linebackers showed up in the gap, and as a lineman, what you're doing is you're just grabbing the first white jersey you see and you're blocking down. That's what they did, and they did so well. Osseo defensively right now getting a little manhandled up front, and what they need to do is just get off blocks and make plays, and they're just not able to do that those last 2 possessions.
These guys are fired up. They should be. They've marched down the field these last 2 drives, Joe.
Yeah, with little resistance against that Osseo defense as well, and that feels good as an offense when you get it rolling like that.
Knudsen's kick. Handled at the 15. It's Hughes. Down the sideline, gets out to the 40-yard line. The best field position to start a drive for Osseo. Looks like they bumped him out at the 38. 23-yard return by Hughes.
Nice return for Osseo. Let's see if they can use that as a spark. Remember, the one thing about this Osseo offense is with a guy like Prince Crua, you're always in the game because he can hit the home run at any moment. Hasn't showed any signs of it here yet in this first quarter, thanks in part to the Maple Grove defense. But again, if you block one up perfectly, he can hit it.
Crew so far 6 carries, 11 yards. First down, Gallard throwing, and Hughes the receiver, and he came down with the ball. Nice grab and a pickup of 13 yards. Hughes diving to the sideline, makes the catch.
Tremendous catch here. You know, Gallard had a receiver drop a ball earlier. This one, not a great throw, but it's his receiver showing off some athleticism on the sidelines, making that catch, securing the football, and that moves the ball to midfield and a first down.
Second first down of the game for Osseo. Play action. Gallard wanting to go deep this time to Basari, and Collins tips it away. Basari had a step, but Collins timed it perfectly and gets the knockaway.
Collins, again, just such a great athlete right here. Makes a touchdown-saving play by knocking that ball away. A one receiver route right there, so play action fake. They got the max protection, and the protection did its job. That allowed Gallard to drop back and put a good throw on the football, but Maple Grove with 2 defenders back, able to defend it.
Hand off to Crew on second down and 10. A lot of room on that far sideline, well defended by Maple Grove, and make the stop after a gain of 1. Grant Hemsey, linebacker, on the stop. They'll bring up third down and 9. And that'll be the final play of the first quarter. Maple Grove, after being stopped on its first drive of the game, comes back with back-to-back touchdown drives, and the Crimson lead it at the end of 1. 14-0. Maple Grove leading. We're back with more live football on this Friday night on Channel 12 after this timeout.
My new mom and I have a lot in common.
The great outside.
We both love the outdoors.
It's so shiny.
That's not a flower. We both love geology.
Oh, look. An igneous one.
That's not a rock. And she knows a lot about wildlife.
A labradoodle.
That's not a dog. Hanging out has been kind of fun.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of kids in foster care will take you just as you are.
Here on Channel 12 tonight, start of the second quarter. Osseo with the football. They got a third down and 9 at the Maple Grove 49, trailing 14-0. Pitch goes out to Prince Crew. Maple Grove stringing it out. Crew trying to turn the corner. And Joe is unable to get around the edge much. He got a yard, and that's it.
It's just the speed of the Maple Grove defense. They pitched that football, and the Crimson defenders were on their horse. Fonikowski was coming from the backside, and he had that one sniffed out. He's coming 20 yards back from where that play ended up, but his speed and his vision for the football brought him there and helped shut that play down.
Offense still on the field here for Osseo, facing a 4th down and 7.
Coach Lampker likes to play for the win.
Gallard going back to throw down the right sideline, has a completion, and all the way down inside the 5, down to the 3. It'll be a first down and goal. Basari with the big catch on the 4th down play.
And that's what, just before that play, when I see him come out there and go for a 4th down, Coach Lampker's not playing not to get blown out here today. He's playing to try to beat Maple Grove, and he senses we need to get some points here if we're going to hang in this football game. So on 4th down, they go up over the top, put some faith in his junior quarterback, and he throws an absolute strike as Basari makes a great catch going down the sideline.
Gain of 48. Sam Franta on the tackle. First down and goal from the 1. They give to Crew, and he's in for the touchdown, and Osseo is on the board. How about that, Joe?
Well, I like it. They had to use the passing game to loosen up that defense. And, you know, when you're the underdog and you're down 14-0 on the road to start the second quarter, you got to gamble a little bit, and the gamble pays off. And Osseo with that touchdown gets the first rushing a touchdown of the year against this Crimson defense.
Lum on for the extra point. Kick is up, and it is through. And with 11:42 to play here in the second quarter, it's 14-7.
Here's the fourth down play again. Gaillard drops back, and what I like too, he didn't really zero in on his receiver till late in his drop there. That was pretty good. That helps the safety not get over there as quick in Collins. Looks him off a little bit, and then here's the offensive line needing 2 yards. They were up to the challenge on first down, plugged that one in, and that finishing drive for Osseo and the way that they got to the end zone with that fourth down play. I mean, it really should do something for the confidence to these Orioles team, and it's kind of an interesting time period in this game right now because you're going to give the ball back to Maple Grove and such a strong offense, and see if they can't how they respond. But Osseo definitely should have a little jump to their step now defensively after their offense put some points on the board and kept them off the field for a little bit.
Well, you know, if that fourth down play doesn't work, you give Maple Grove the ball at midfield.
Oh, yeah.
But it did, and we're at 14-7. Oh, and then the onside kick is not going to go far enough to be a successful onside kick. Oof.
Well, I don't like giving them the ball at midfield there.
Right.
Obviously, if it pays off and they get it here, they're absolute geniuses, right? Now,
yeah, you got to go. It's got to go 10 yards. So it's Maple Grove taking over in Osseo territory at the 47.
They've been watching the Colts a little too much.
Oh, the Colts last night, 24 points to start the game?
Yeah, the CBS was probably rolling their eyes at that start of that football game. They've seen quite a few blowouts on Thursday Night Football.
Davison up under center, first down and 10. Crimson from the 47 of Osseo. The give is to Winnicky. Spins out of a tackle at the 40, down to the 39, driven down and tackled well out of bounds. I don't see any flag, but that was pretty much well after the play, Joe. Carey takes him down.
You see Stephen Fisher has the first crack at him, and Winnicky just spins right out of that tackle, and then you see the Orioles finally come over, and yeah, I'd say that tackle happened out of bounds.
It wasn't a violent tackle necessarily, but he's a good 8 yards out of bounds. I can't believe that didn't get flagged at all.
Well, he's supposed to play to the whistle. He must not have heard the whistle.
Regardless, Winnicky gets 8 yards. It's second down and 2. He's over 80 yards rushing himself now. Collins, not too much, but he'll get enough for a first down. Joe needed 2, got 3.
And there's that pitch again. Winnicky's so deep in the backfield, they pitch it. And usually when you pitch it like that, you're looking for a sweep outside, but really it's a pitch and then kind of a play that goes right up the middle. Winnicky catches that ball deep in the backfield. He's such a vision back that he was able to find his way to a first down.
First down and 10, Crimson at the 36 of Osseo. Give a go to Winnicky. Breaks a tackle in the backfield, 30-yard line. 25, and we're down to the 24. Fisher knocking him out.
You see a chance in the backfield. They got a Foley has a chance at him here. Gets off his block like you're supposed to, but then just doesn't complete the play. And if you're Osseo, those are the kind of plays you need to have right now. You need a couple of players to man up and make some big plays, and they're just not able to do it on the defensive side of the ball yet. They did it offensively on that last possession. They just need someone on defense to do the same.
Gain of 13. Fresh set of downs for the Crimson. And Osseo's 23-yard line. Pitch it to Collins. There's a Collins spinning inside the 20. Gets down to the 17-yard line. Gain of 6.
Watch the angles here. Watch 24. Peter Doyle gets a great block. You see the kick out right there on the end. He comes from the wide receiver position and kicks out that end or outside linebacker, and they don't see that block coming, and that just allows them to seal that end and pick up an easy 5, 6, 7 yards.
2nd down and 4. Winnicky 8 carries. Joe Collins with 6. Collins coming in motion. He'll get the handoff sometimes on that play. This time it's Winnicky forward to the 12, and he'll have enough for a 1st down. There is a flag down, however, so we'll check that out.
Yeah, it's going to be right in that position where there's holding, and it's going to be what Osseo needed here because it's going to move this back 10 yards from the spot and give them a second chance to make a stop and put Maple Grove in 2nd down and long.
First penalty tonight against Maple Grove. Line of scrimmage, the 29 now for Maple Grove. They need to get down to the 14 for a 1st down. On 2nd and long, Davison, delayed handoff to Collins, hit, and he gets forward for about 4 yards.
You're going to have another penalty on Maple Grove here, unless it was Osseo in the neutral zone, but I think you're probably going to have some kind of alignment infraction on Maple Grove, legal procedure, and I think it's true. You're going to get the Crimson on another penalty here. Osseo missed a chance again, though, at a tackle at the line of scrimmage, and that's going to be the frustrating thing for Coach Lamker a little bit because, yeah, you are getting beat up a little bit on the offensive line. Osseo is going to elect to decline this penalty. Interesting call. I thought you maybe move it back a little bit more, but they're going to give them the 3 or 4 yard gain and bring up 3rd down and, I'd say, 11 yards. An interesting call there. But Osseo, when they're in position to make the play, they haven't tackled as well as they've been coached in.
From the 25 of Osseo, Davison under center on 3rd down and 11. Play action, another whistle, and another procedure penalty. So 3rd consecutive penalty on Maple Grove, 2nd one accepted in this series by Osseo.
This one's a false start, so there's no chance for Osseo to decline this one. And it's not something you see out of a 6-0 football team, 3 penalties in a row like this. Maple Grove's going to see if they can bail themselves out. The good thing for the Crimson is this is 4-down territory, so you don't need to get all 17 of these yards in one play. You can chunk away at this in 2 plays. Oh, they're still trying to figure out the snap count here.
Davison got good protection, zings one over the middle, it's picked off. Intercepted. DeMario Armstrong out to midfield for Osseo.
Well, the sophomore hasn't played like a sophomore this season. Here you go. This is a little bit of a mistake. Just in where he puts the football, does a good job of trying to look off that safety. Problem was, it didn't work. He stood right there in the middle of the football field. Armstrong right there to make the play, and that throw couldn't have been any better if you're Armstrong than the Orioles, because that ball was right at the chest level, and you can see it. His intended receiver was Sam Franta. That ball was underthrown and a little bit too much to the inside. Big play for the Orioles defense.
1st down and 10 at the 49. Double reverse. Around comes Hughes inside the 40 of Maple Grove all the way down to the 38.
That's where you try to use that Maple Grove team defensive speed against them. You hope that they over pursue to the near side of the football field. They do. There's 3 defenders back there, and then they blocked it up really well there on the far side. They only got 12 yards. You're hoping that play hits bigger because you had it blocked so well and threw Maple Grove off, but their team speed out eventually caught up to it. But still a nice play for the Orioles coming off the turnover.
Artillis Hughes, first carry tonight, picks up 12, 1st down and 10 at the Maple Grove 39. They give to Ikior. Line gives him a little surge, and he goes still on his feet, gains 4 yards to the 35.
Well, and those are key plays right there. You can see Osseo's sidelines getting fired up, and if you can allow your big boys up front to push a little bit up front and win that advantage in the A gaps, that's a big advantage. And a dive to the fullback is what will help slow that Maple Grove defense down a little bit when they have to honor those gaps between the center and the guards.
Osseo fans fired up. 2nd down and 6 at the Maple Grove 35. Ball is fumbled.
And a flag, too.
Gillard got back on top of it. He did.
It wasn't meant to be a flag. He meant to spot the football. So ignore the flag. Gillard gets on it, and he looked like he had just pulled out there and never really had control of the football. Let's take a look. Yeah, just never had it in his hands. Fortunately for him, he was able to get on top of that football in a hurry, but it's a waste of a down there after having a nice 1st down pickup and a good chance at 2nd down and 5. They really waste a down right there.
Much like Maple Grove a moment ago, it's 4-down territory for Osseo, Joe, at this point. 3rd down and 6, and Osseo is going to take a timeout. There's 7:20 to go in the 2nd quarter.
This is a very big play, and knowing Osseo, this is also a 4-down territory, so you want to try to pick up the 1st down here on 3rd down, but it's definitely an opportunity to go 2 plays to get this 5 yards. The passing game has been effective for Osseo here today, so you wonder if you're not going to see Osseo going to come to the air more often, especially on this play upcoming. Now, one thing worth mentioning with Osseo is you mentioned the teams that they've had the last couple of years, and good. I'll give them a lot of credit in 2 fronts here. Is they seem to always graduate some star players, and then next year they're back and they're good again.
Right.
And you don't see the drop off in what you'd expect to see. And player of the year 2 years ago, and then last year they make it all the way to the state quarterfinals.
1 timeout remaining for Osseo in the 1st half. 3rd down and 6 from the Crimson 29. Vasari in motion. They'll give to Crua, right side. Crua breaking a tackle. Breaks another, and all the way down to the 24 of Maple Grove. A gain of 11 and an Osseo 1st down. Crua's biggest run of the night.
Well, a big run from a running back that's really physically not all that big. 5'7", 171 pounds. He's a speed back. He likes to be on the outside, but when they needed that tough 5 yards, he was willing to go in there and get it. And that's going to, again, fire up the Osseo team.
Timeout, Maple Grove. Use their 2nd timeout of the half. Each team with 1 timeout remaining with 7 minutes to play in the 2nd quarter. An entertaining 1st half of football, Joe.
Yeah, I mean, late in that 1st quarter, after the 2 3 and outs, Maple Grove really took control of the next 10 to 12 minutes of football, and they just looked overpowering. And what's happened since there is Osseo's kind of made some big plays, got some momentum, gained a little bit of confidence, and then somehow in the last possession, Maple Grove self-destructed a little bit with 3 penalties in a row, then made a critical error on that interception. And then since that moment, you've seen Osseo play with a lot more confidence. They're making big plays, they're getting fired up, and right now this offense has a great opportunity to keep the ball moving and get this game back tied up.
Is that a former Wayzata? Same way that I used to think of Tommy Becker, the Wayzata linebacker, defensive coordinator now for Coach Lombardi at Maple Grove, out there to talk to his defense. But outstanding prep career he had at the U. At the Wayzata, started at the U, finished at St. Thomas. Joe.
That's right. He had just an awesome career and helped take St. Thomas to the level that they got to in the last couple of years with that a lot behind his defensive leadership and his play at linebacker.
Give the Crew on 1st down, right side. He'll spin down about 3 yards. A little slow to get up, Joe, and actually not getting up yet, Crua.
Well, that's not a good sign if you're Osseo. Got kind of dragged down there and Sometimes when you get dragged down and something gets pulled underneath you, it's usually a bad sign of like a high ankle sprain or something. That foot gets caught underneath you.
Brandt on the tackle. He's coming across here, number 10.
Keep an eye on the left leg. Usually gets caught underneath the defender, and that's what it did. Gets stuck underneath the defender, so then your toes in the turf, and it bends not in a way it's not supposed to.
Crew with a gain of 2. So Ekiyor will take his spot in the backfield. Second down and 8 coming for Osseo.
It's similar to what Matt Castle's foot looked like when he broke his foot earlier in the year with the Vikings, the way the defender got caught on top of it.
Quick throw left side to Hughes. Pushes the defender down and gets down to the 18-yard line.
How about that stiff arm? Used the momentum from Burrington to push him out of the way. Hughes showing some upper body strength here. Get off me. Nice play by Hughes to pick up some more yards after the catch and get closer to that first down marker.
On third down and 5 to give to Ekiyor, and he's down inside the 15, down to the 12-yard line. That'll be an Osseo first down.
When one door closes, another door opens, and Ekiyor is going to get his number called now as an opportunity for the senior running back to make something happen. He did a good job finding that cutback lane right there and a good run.
6th first down of the half for Osseo. First down and 10 just outside the Maple Grove 11. Gillard up to the line. He'll throw to the end zone, and it's picked off by Franta. The intended receiver, Franta there for the pick. First interception of the season for Gillard, and a big one for Franta and the Maple Grove defense.
He wants to run the fade, but he throws it to a spot that his receiver wasn't going to get to. Threw it what appeared to be a little bit early, and then also a little bit underthrown for where his receiver was eventually going to be open. But the other thing about that play, it's a difficult play because Frant is just so good. I really struggle with throwing the fade against what I think is one of the best cornerbacks around. And Franta makes the play right there and gets the big turnover.
So out of that, we get the touchback. It's a first down and 10 from the 20-yard line. And so the interception that Davison threw on the last series doesn't end up costing many points. Osseo held the ball for quite a while there, but then they give it up on the turnover.
Franta's second interception of the year, but he's a ball hawk defender, and he does a good job.
First down, a run of 3 yards makes up second down and 7. They give to Collins on the sweep, 25, and out to the 30-yard line. Let's see where they mark it down. He may have stepped out before the 30. It'll be third down and 2 yards to go. We get out of the 28-yard line.
Critical plays upcoming here for Maple Grove and for Osseo, and how the end of this half ends. Maple Grove brings on an extra offensive lineman here. Alex Nelson checks into the game at the tight end spot to bring an extra big body up on the left side.
Wienecke's got a big hole up the middle. He's got a first down and more, spun down at the 43-yard line.
Maple Grove's offensive line already playing well here tonight. Then they bring in a 6'4", 265-pound backup offensive lineman to play left tight end there. That helps open up a big hole right there, and a huge third down pickup for the Crimson.
Armstrong on the tackle after a 14-yard gain.
So this possession right here, with the Osseo getting the ball to begin the second half, critical for the Orioles to kind of keep this a one-score game here and get a defensive stop as Maple Grove tries to score before the half.
Give to Collins and out to midfield. A good first down run of 7. You look at these two backs, Joe, and what a job they do together, Winicky and Collins.
I think it's an absolute headache for coaches. Two different running styles, but two guys that really can have the big run at any time.
Winicky on second down and short gets the first down.
And Winicky's an interesting case study because, I mean, at 5'11", 185, he's not big, he's not bruising, but he seems to always fall forward. You don't see him get driven back. He seems to get an extra yard after contact every single run.
Ezra Jones on the tackle. First down and 10 from the 42. Play action fake by Davison. Got some time. Now flushed out of the pocket right. Throws and incomplete.
So Davison throws this football away, but during the course of this play, watch Collins block from the running back spot. That saves his quarterback a sack. Talk about the complete football player, defensive and offensive starter, and blocking for his quarterback right there. That allowed Davidson to break the pocket, get away there, and throw that football away.
Stops the clock with 3:14 to go in the half. A second down and 10. Davison so far throwing the football 0-4 with one interception. The one completion they had was Collins to Davison for 30 yards.
Maple Grove having alignment issues right there. Kyle Anderson, the fullback, couldn't determine where he was supposed to line up fast enough, and rather than take the delay game penalty or possibly an illegal procedure with not enough Crimson players in the line of scrimmage, Coach Lombardi takes the timeout here, the final one of the half, and a timeout that hopefully they don't need here down the stretch.
Is he going to draw up a play in the dirt there, Joe?
Well, backyard football?
Yeah.
I think he's explaining, you know, this is where you're supposed to be when I call this formation. Formation and using guys in motion is something Coach Lombardi really has done a good job of here the last couple of years when I've watched him as he takes over the offense. You know, he's known as such a good defensive coach at Wayzata, came here, ran the defense, but then the offense kind of stalled a little bit. He said, all right, I'm jumping into the offensive game, and look what he's done. He's got one of the best offenses in the state. But he really uses motion and alignments very well.
So Maple Grove out of timeouts. Osseo with one timeout remaining here in the first half.
You see the shifting before each snap like that right there.
Second down, they'll give to Winicky, and he stopped for a very short gain of 1 that time. Cameron Munson on the tackle. Well played. It'll be third down and 9.
All that shifting and motion is getting the right players in the right spots to make blocks. Even a little shift to the tight end, pre-snap shift, doesn't allow the defense to line up the right linebacker to where they want to. They used to have strong side linebacker inside or a weak side linebacker, but you can't really do that with the tight ends constantly shifting. So it's just a way to give the offense an extra advantage.
Third and 9. Davison wanting to throw. He's going deep for Brandt and incomplete. Couldn't get back to the football. He was defended by Jones and Armstrong downfield.
Ooh, late flag and a roughing the passer. Just a critical error on the Orioles. Oh, and I don't think he meant to. I think he was going up to try to block that pass. The referees, we didn't really get to see it. Our camera kind of left it early there, but to me, what it looked like in that spot is we'll have to watch the completion of the play here. Now watch, he gets his hands up. Oh yeah, yep, got to call that one. Not a smart play at all, and it's going to give Maple Grove a first down here, and it was going to be 4th down and long. And this one is the kind of penalty that can really determine an outcome of a football game. That pass too could have been intercepted and hung up there. But Armstrong, who already has one interception in the game, lost his footing as he went to go make a play on that football. Now Osseo will take a timeout.
Both teams out of timeouts, 2:27 to go. And the penalty, as Maple Grove would have had to punt, Joe. Now they've got the ball first down and 10 at the 25.
Yeah, it's so difficult as a defender when you work so hard to get to the quarterback to have the discipline to not hit the quarterback when you finally get a chance, but it's just something that it never ends well. And it's discipline that results in the first down, or lack of discipline that results in this first down for Maple Grove. And, you know, it's one of those things where you just, Osseo has to try to get over it, but, you know, you sit here and you just know that maybe that might result with points ending up on the scoreboard here before half.
Big crowd on hand tonight to watch this one. Section playoffs will start 2 weeks from tonight for the teams in Class 6A. They play their first playoff games on Friday the 24th. Coach Lamker, I still think, arguing a little bit that last penalty call.
Yeah, well, he doesn't have the luxury that we have of the replay, and I think once he watches this tape here tonight, he will see what we saw.
Joe, whatever happened to Dexy's Midnight Runners and Come On Eileen fame? Kind of faded away after that one song 30 years ago.
I haven't said it too much, but I'm actually too young for that.
First down and 10. Winnicky gets the handoff inside the 20 and down to the 19-yard line. A gain of 6 yards. Killian Okari on the tackle.
You see a lot at these high school stadiums now. That song gets the high school kids going, and Sweet Caroline's the new big hit out of the quarters. I've seen that at a couple of stadiums this year now.
Winnicky up over 100 yards rushing tonight. It is to Collins trying to get inside, and Shopper comes up and makes the tackle after a short gain. It'll bring up third down. And about 1.
Samuel Dinslake also does a good job of getting off a block there, even though they get very close to that first down. That's what they've been needing, is the defensive line get off a block, make a play, and that's what he did on that play, holding his ground from that defensive tackle spot.
3rd and 1. Winnicky
there's the
fumbles
ball.
the football.
Wow.
Osseo signaling that they've got the football.
We just haven't seen Winnicky do that this year, and he tried to make a cutback move. When he did that, it exposed the football a little bit. And there's got to be, can you imagine the battle going on down there for that football right now?
Still no signal. Cordell Russell is the player down at the bottom of the pile. Osseo football.
Two turnovers now by the Crimson in the red zone. We could be looking at a much different score right now.
Ben Schultz, number 70, arguing that he ended up with it. You see Schultz diving for it along with Russell. Schultz is at the bottom there. Look at him, come into your screen right there, diving for it.
You know, for Osseo, Cordell Russell looks like he was the closest Oriole to getting his hands on it, and Russell might have out-wrestled him out there in the pile.
Which does happen.
Absolutely. It's, you know, you can't expect the referees to see it clean right off the bat, so they kind of got to go with their instinct when they try to uncover the bodies.
We're just going to kneel down here, Joe. Maple Grove's out of timeout, so they can't stop, and Gallardo just kneel down a couple of times, and they'll run out the half. I mean, pretty deep in your own territory. You certainly don't want to give the ball back to Maple Grove.
Pretty big bullet Osseo just dodged with that fumble. But and you got to feel a little bit better for the player who had the late hit penalty. Coach Lamker wasn't happy with how quickly they got that ball set. He wanted them to take a little bit longer to set that football because the clock's running, but he wants that play clock to be as long as possible. Now they got to hurry up, not to get the late game.
Yeah, there it is.
Doesn't matter too much if you're kneeling on it.
Right.
But if you do end up having to punt the football.
Well, there's not enough time where they'd have to punt it here. There's only 47 seconds left. You got to kneel down twice more.
There you go.
Enough time for Maple Grove to get a possession back, so hard to kneel down 2 more times here.
Now, I think Coach Lamker has one trick play out of this formation, don't you think? Although I like what I've seen out of Maple Grove. They are preparing for it anyways. They're not just kind of standing there with their hands in their hips. Every player is ready for something wacky to come here.
With 20 seconds left, it'll be the final kneel down, the final play of the half. And so Osseo, after trailing 14-0 after one, gets a big fourth down conversion early in the quarter. They get another drive where they went deep into Maple Grove territory, and although they didn't come up with points there, they get a turnover of their own at the end and stop Maple Grove, and it's just a one-score game.
Well, and I think, Maple Grove's up by 7, but Osseo's going to be the happier football team right now just by the way things played out. And, if you're Osseo, the way you spin it, you won that quarter 7-0. It's just an interesting finish that, those turnovers hurt you and they really bite, but when they happen in the red zone too, when you're looking to put points on the scoreboard, it can sting a little bit more.
Maple Grove getting touchdowns in the first quarter from Collins and Winicky. Collins an 8-yard run, Winicky a 31-yard run. Osseo's only score, a 1-yard run by Prince Crua to make it 14-7. Of course, that one was set up on the big long pass of 48 yards from Gallard to Vasari. Let's go down the sideline and Allie Art with Dan Lampker.
Thanks, John. Coach, your offense really started to spark here in the second quarter. You guys got that touchdown. Then you tried the onside kick. Didn't really work out too well. But then you got the defensive interception. You go back to the end zone. You're picked off. What does your offense need to do in the second half to prevail over the Crimson?
First of all, we got to sustain some more drives, and find a way to run the ball a little bit better. We've hit a couple big plays and crucial mistake down by the end zone. And, we just got shell-shocked right away. And we probably played the worst half we've played all year. And you know what? We're only down 7. So, you know what? That's pretty good, I guess. We'll go regroup and do the best we can, and it's a great atmosphere, and hopefully we can play a little bit better.
All right, good luck in the second, Coach.
Thank you very much.
Thanks. Back to you guys up in the booth.
Thanks very much, Allie. Maple Grove dance line. Dance team out on the field right now. And we're going to watch a little bit of their performance before we throw it to break. Maple Grove High School dance team performing at halftime tonight. The Crimson leading Osseo in our prep football game 14-7 at halftime. We're back with more of our intermission on Channel 12 after this timeout.
So I got this new family.
And I don't know what it is about this one, but she can't seem to put down that toy all day long. Tap, 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 tap. Oh, and she even talks to it. She talks to that more than she talks to him. What's up, bro? Nice shirt. Who's she talking to? Her mom? She talks to her mom a lot.
Mom, can we get some ice cream? Please, Mom, please.
No, we're having dinner soon.
Please.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of children in foster care who will take you just as you are.
Michael Adams?
Here.
Michael Adams?
Here.
Michael Adams.
Michael Adams.
Students who miss 18 days of school in any grade risk falling behind and not graduating. Absences add up. Keep track at boostattendance.org today.
Maple Grove 14, Osseo 7 at halftime. Saw the dance line. Now the high school cheerleaders out with the youth cheerleaders, the Little Leaders group that a lot of the schools have with the young cheerleaders. There they are in their Little Leaders t-shirts. And Joe, always fun for the young ladies to get out with the high school cheerleaders at a night like this and perform the cheers that they've been working on.
Well, fun for the kids, most definitely. And I can tell you now, being a parent, it's equally as enjoyable for a parent to watch your kid get opportunities like that. So it's a special way to get the families involved. And what Coach Lombardi mentioned just before the game, it's a community event, these high school football games, and they've done a great job of making that. You're going to get a great show of that here tonight.
And you look at all the kids out on the field right now. We got more off to the side coming on for youth football in a moment. It's just there you can see the number.
My favorite thing is coming up here soon. The little kids playing football, but also when the cross-country teams race in a mile run. That was one of the things I thought they did a couple years ago that I hope they're doing again tonight. It's one of my all-time great ideas of a high school football game.
We're going to take another break. We're going to be back with more of our halftime tonight at Maple Grove. We're watching high school football, Maple Grove Osseo on Channel 12.
If you drive buzzed, it could cost you around $10,000. You'll face major legal fees, major fines, and steep insurance penalties. You could lose everything. Buzzed, busted, and broke, because buzz driving is drunk driving.
You watch Channel 12 at home. Why not on the go? Channel 12 is online at 12.tv. Watch on your phone, on your tablet. Channel 12 is your local source wherever you go. Just log on to 12.tv. Check out our videos, subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on Twitter, like us on Facebook, and even watch live events via live stream. So don't wait. Stay up to date with Channel 12 and 12.tv, your local source.
There's a shelter pet who wants to meet you. Meet one today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org. Adopt.
Maple Grove High School cheerleaders just finishing up their performance tonight and all the work that they have put in all season. Joe, the lead not only in the sideline, but put on a performance here at halftime.
Absolutely put on a good show for the fans in the stands, and biggest, most important role, the role models for those little girls out there on the field.
Now we'll take one more break. We'll come back with more of our halftime. Give you some halftime stats and numbers and highlights coming up out of the break. More football on Channel 12 after this timeout.
You watch Channel 12 at home. Why not on the go? Channel 12 is online at 12.tv. Watch on your phone, on your tablet. Channel 12 is your local source wherever you go. Just log on to 12.tv. Check out our videos, subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on Twitter, like us on Facebook, and even watch live events via live stream. So don't wait. Stay up to date with Channel 12 and 12.tv, your local source.
So, I'm kind of new here, but I've noticed a trend. My human does this funny thing where she goes around and gets all my toys, and then she hides them in that basket by the door. You know, but it's always the same basket, and it's always in the same place. And then she acts so surprised when I find them, but, you know, she's putting them in the same basket again. It's like, hello, that's where you put it last time. You were the worst at hide and go seek.
My new mom and I have a lot in common.
The great outside.
We both love the outdoors.
So shiny.
That's not a flower. We both love geology.
Oh, look. An igneous one.
That's not a rock. And she knows a lot about wildlife.
A labradoodle.
That's not a dog. Hanging out has been kind of fun.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of kids in foster care will take you just as you are.
And Joe Moline and Allie Arlt here at halftime. Joe Moline, future Crimson players out on the field right now is the Maple Grove Youth Football Association and some of their fourth grade teams out on the field. And this is an organization that Matt Lombardi really wanted to start for youth football. It was Osseo Maple Grove football for years, but he started Maple Grove Football Association 4 years ago. And now so many kids involved in this sport. Going up from second grade actually with flag football, and then they start tackle in third grade up through eighth grade.
Yeah, it's fun to watch these kids out here. What a special moment for the kids, too, to be playing under the lights, packed house, and here they are out there playing some football. It's a cool thing, and Coach Lombardi had mentioned to us prior to the game tonight just how important getting that youth football up and running has been to his program and the football community.
And a good look at the teams that are out here tonight and enjoying the action. They all got in free tonight wearing their crimson jersey. So a fun experience for them. I know my son has enjoyed it the last couple of years. One of the teams out there right now. I think Jack's on the sideline. But he's really had a lot of fun, and the coaches have been so great, and you always appreciate youth coaches and all they do in whatever sport and all the time that they put in to teaching your kids.
Oh my God! I tell you what, my son is 5 and started sports this last year, and I coached every sport he played in, and I couldn't wait this fall to be on the sidelines and watch other coaches in soccer because it is hard. And so, for you parents out there, please thank your youth coaches because you think taking care of your kid at home is a difficult job. Try corralling 20 of them on a field. Yeah, it's fun, and you got to give the coaches a lot of credit because they do it just for the passion of the sport and the kids themselves.
Well, Joe, we're going to go to break here in a moment. As you look at the second half, what's the key for Osseo? We heard from Darren Lampker. They got back into it in that second quarter. What do they need to continue to do?
Well, Prince Crew is done for the game. I saw him get carried off. I'm not I didn't get any inside information. I just can tell he didn't look like he was going to play again. So you're missing him. That changes your game plan a little bit, except for, sometimes something like that can kind of bring a team together. And I think they really feel good about the way the half ended. But you heard Coach Lamker mention his team didn't play that good. So if they put a good second half together, you'd expect them to be in this game and have a chance. And it's going to start with that opening drive.
And Joe, as we go to break, we see the cross-country runners from both of these schools around the track running the mile run tonight. So they're getting a lot of groups involved in this game tonight here at halftime, aren't they?
Yeah, and I think, again, everything is better under the lights and in front of a packed house. So the runners, I would imagine, they have a lot of important meets throughout the year. But I'm guessing this is one of their favorite times of the year. I was watching the Osseo kids and the Maple Grove kids get ready for this. They're taking it seriously, and they love it as they're running in front of their respective schools, getting cheered on. And it's a cool idea, and more high schools, if they saw this, would probably incorporate it, because look how fun this halftime is. There's enough activity that I really do feel bad for the concession stand deals, though, because everyone's in their seat watching all the activity rather than getting their hot dog.
We're going to take a break here. We'll come back with more second half just a few minutes away. And you're watching Prep Football on Channel 12. Joe and I will have more from Maple Grove High School after this timeout.
You watch Channel 12 at home. Why not on the go? Channel 12 is online at 12.tv. Watch on your phone, on your tablet. Channel 12 is your local source wherever you go. Just log on to 12.tv. Check out our videos, subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on Twitter, like us on Facebook, and even watch live events via live stream. So don't wait. Stay up to date with Channel 12 and 12.tv, your local source.
So, I'm kind of new here, but I've noticed a trend. My human does this funny thing where she goes around and gets all my toys, and then she hides them in that basket by the door. But it's always the same basket, and it's always in the same place. And then she acts so surprised when I find them, but, she's putting them in the same basket again. It's like, hello, that's where you put it last time. You were the worst at hide and go seek.
Look at the Maple Grove and Osseo runners completing the mile run here around the track 4 times around, and great to see, and those guys enjoying their moment here tonight at Maple Grove High School. Just a little faster than you or I could run it, Joe. Great to see. Well, let's look at some first half highlights from this football game. It was all Maple Grove early, Joe. Clark Winicky and Isaac Collins, a terrific tandem in the backfield. Winicky ripping off a big run here of 19 yards in the first quarter. Collins on the direct snap runs it in from 8 yards out to get Maple Grove on the board after the extra point from Tyler Knudsen, who is 7-0. Collins, the quarterback this time, downfield to his quarterback, usually Davison on the reception of 30 yards. And then the second touchdown run, Clark Winicky bouncing outside. He'll go 31 yards for the score here. And it's 14-0 Maple Grove after 1. Osseo 4th down and 7. Second play of the second quarter, and they go for it. And the big strike downfield. Gallard to Basari covering 48 yards down to the 1 play later. Prince Krua in from a yard out. Gets Osseo on the board. And each team with turnovers the rest of the quarter. Davison has picked off by Armstrong. He'll return it out to near midfield. And then Osseo gives it back at the end of the next series. The interception by Franta, stepping in front of Basari and getting the pick. And there was one more turnover after that on a fumble by Maple Grove. There's a look at the numbers. Maple Grove really dominating on the rushing side of the football. Just had the one completion in the half. They have outgained Osseo by 100 yards total. The 2 turnovers for Maple Grove, 1 for Osseo. And the penalties, 3 for 35 for Osseo and Joe 2 penalties for the Crimson for 15 yards so far.
And the stats are telling the story. Maple Grove, at different times throughout that first half, really controlled play. It shows off in the numbers, but they're only up a touchdown with Osseo getting the ball to begin the second half.
Another timeout here on the field. High school kids just getting ready to come back out for their second half warm-ups. And we will come back with more prep football, Osseo and Maple Grove live on Channel 12 after this timeout.
So, I got this new family, and I don't know what it is about this one, but she can't seem to put down that toy all day long. Tap, 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 tap. Oh, and she even talks to it. She talks to that more than she talks to him. What's up, bro? Nice shirt. Who's she talking to? Her mom? She talks to her mom a lot.
Mom, can we get some ice cream? Please, Mom, please. No, we're having dinner soon.
Please.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of children in foster care who will take you just as you are.
Michael Adams?
Here.
Michael Adams?
Here.
Michael Adams.
Michael Adams.
Students who miss 18 days of school in any grade risk falling behind and not graduating. Absences add up. Keep track at boostattendance.org today.
Adopting a new pet is a rewarding experience. And Shelter Pets make super pets. Your new best friend will steal your heart, bring you happiness, and enrich your life for years to come. You can make a difference in the life of an animal. Adopt and bring home a shelter pet today. To find out more, visit theshelterpetproject.org.
Nice night for football in Minnesota. Maple Grove leading Osseo 14-7. Back we go to Allie Arlt, standing by now with Matt Lombardi.
Thanks so much, John. Coach, back-to-back touchdowns in the first quarter, held to none in the second. Couple of crucial turnovers. What'd you say to your team at half?
I just said, hey, we're fine. This is a fun game. You're playing a good team that went to state last year. We were in the exact same situation in Wayzata. We went up 14-0. They came back, made it 14-7 at halftime. So I said, you've been here. It's no big deal. That's why you play 48 minutes. You have bad spells, but we're feeling good. We're going to be fine.
Before the game, you told me your defense really needed to fly around and keep up with the pace of Osseo's offense. Do you think they did that in that first half?
I thought they did a nice job. They connected on a 4th and 7. That was a gutsy call by Lammy, and they're playing well. They're playing their hearts out. They're a good offense. And our offense, I thought, played well, and we shot ourselves in the foot. We ran it down their throats pretty well, but we couldn't finish. So we got to get better at finishing.
Good luck in the second, Coach.
Hey, thank you.
Thanks. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Allie, and thanks to both Coach Lombardi and Lampker for taking a couple of moments to spend with us at halftime. And Joe, both teams out on the field, and you heard Coach Lombardi, and well said. I mean, it was the same possession. You remember we did that Wayzata game like a month ago, and they get the block punt right before touchdown. We got, hey, Wayzata's got momentum. Maple Grove came out calmly in the second half, dominated play. And I'm sure what he reminded his kids tonight, we have the capability of playing well and pulling away in this game if we play our game and not turn it over.
Not losing a regular season game for a couple of years can instill a lot of confidence in their kids and then in your coach. And when that's his response at halftime, rather than panicking and saying, geez, guys, what the heck was that out there? Why are we getting penalties down in the red zone? Why are we turning over the red zone? What are we doing? What are we doing? He doesn't panic. He tells his team he's got all the confidence in the world in him. And, that is something that he's brought to these kids. He's brought a level of confidence, and they're feeling pretty good about themselves, even though they did not play a good second quarter.
It's mayhem in the stands.
These high school kids these days, I tell you. And is it cell phones that are making the lights too? Everyone's got now.
Talcum powder.
Everyone's got a disco light on their phone now.
We are thankfully away from the mayhem. The students at Maple Grove enjoy this night. Their team up 14-7 as we get ready for the start of the second half. Tyler Knudsen puts his leg into it, and we are underway. It is handled by Armstrong at the 11-yard line. Out to the 20. He's got a lane, 40-yard line. Armstrong in midfield. Down to the 30, picks up a block to the 20, still on his feet, all the way down to the 4-yard line of Maple Grove. DeMario Armstrong with a return of 85 yards.
I'll tell you what, this play was well executed. What great blocking and initial impact. And then watch the block he gets downfield right here. You see it right there in the back of your screen. An excellent block downfield. Great job by Armstrong. He was smelling that end zone, couldn't quite get in, but what a way to start the second half.
Armstrong with a couple of big plays tonight. The interception, now the kickoff return. First down and goal from the 5 of Maple Grove. Krua is out. Ekior is the running back, and he gets forward 3 yards to the 2. Grant on the tackle.
Procedure penalty, I think, coming up here on the Orioles. That's not good.
Yeah, that would be huge, Joe. Instead of a first down and 5, he pushed back to the 10-yard line.
Yeah, considering Armstrong almost got in the end zone, and then all of a sudden here, going back a little bit.
Penalty against Maple Grove.
Oh, that was the illegal substitution. They sent a player off the sidelines. He left the field into the end zone and then worked his way up the sidelines. I think in high school football, you got to get off at your sideline. So it's really too many men on the field and not legal substitution on the Crimson.
So first down and goal from the 2.5 now. Give to Ekior. To the goal line, and he is in for a touchdown. And Osseo within a point of tying it up.
Good a delayed handoff in the backfield. Ekior kind of felt his way out for that soft spot of the defense, plunged into the end zone for 6.
On for the extra point to try to tie it up. And we are 14 all early in the third quarter. Let's go down to the sideline to Ali Alt for a injury update.
Thanks, guys. I made my way over to the Osseo side, found Prince. He's on crutches. He took off his pads. I said, what happened? He said, on the play where he was injured, his ankle rolled the wrong way. He said, it definitely hurts now. I said, is this serious or is this we're just going to sit out for one game? He said, I'll be back next week.
Thanks very much, Allie. Well, it is a short week. They'll play again on Wednesday against Totino Grace, but it's good as a serious injury. It's not a Matt Castle injury. Rolling on the ankle.
Yeah, I hope so. I hope that's really truly the case.
Yeah.
And hopefully he is back by Wednesday, because that will help highlight that great matchup between him and Flomo, the matchup of two great running backs in the conference. And of course, Swednicki wants something to say about that contest as well. But those guys have been some of the featured running backs that have really had a great season to this point.
Maple Grove will finish up the season Wednesday at Spring Lake Park on the little pooch kick. It is recovered by Maple Grove. They get it at their 38-yard line. It's not quite a full onside kick, but maybe feeling they can't quite get it to deep, and so they go with the short kick, and it's recovered by Leroy Quato for Maple Grove. So the Crimson will start their first possession at their 38-yard line.
Yeah,
New football game.
Yeah, sorry, John. Osseo keeps flirting with danger, though. They keep on giving Maple Grove the ball near midfield, and that's going to end up burning you at some point here. The Crimson offense, you know, this is the group that will maybe try to help steady the storm, so to speak, because right now it's been all Osseo with all the momentum, and they took it right out of halftime and regained it with that kick return.
1st and 10 from the 38. First handoff to the fullback Anderson tonight. He'll get 4 yards. No, it was one of the offensive linemen, Joe, on the carry. I assumed it was Anderson, and it was Ben Schultz, 6'4", 270 pounds, on the carry.
And if you give it to Ben Schultz, you better hope he doesn't dance with the football. Look what he does. He runs over Onyegor. Take a look at this punishing run. Oh, boy. Schultz just lived the lineman dream right there.
Gain of 3. 2nd down and 7. They go back to the line.
Balance line with an extra lineman at right tight end for Maple Grove.
Davison wanting to throw. Steps up, and he'll go down back at the 40-yard line. Loss of a yard.
And Davison has to be second-guessing himself after that interception late in the half, and he does a good job of not throwing the football into pressure. And one thing about this Osseo team is they got pretty good secondary. You're not going to see a team that can run as better as they can in the secondary in this conference.
Jake Shopper on the tackle for loss. Makes it 3rd down and 8. From the 40-yard line of Maple Grove, Davison gets heavy pressure up the middle late and incomplete. Intended receiver was Franta. And Denijay was close to that football.
Yeah, you know, I got to preface this with Coach Lombardi knows way more about football than I'll ever know, and he's one of the best coaches in the state. But, you know, after giving up that touchdown and then coming out here tied up now, I think that ball has to work its way to Winneke. And in that possession, they gave it to Schultz, the lineman. He picked up a few yards on 1st down, and then 2 passing plays after that. So Winneke goes to the sidelines without touching the football on the opening possession.
It was Amawehu on the pass breakup for Osseo. A kick by Doe. And the 2nd of the night will be down at the 24 of Osseo. So Orioles with the football, Joe, and they are tied up at 14, which we went to the break at the end of the 1st quarter. I wouldn't have thought perhaps possible. Maple Grove was just dominating play. Instead, Osseo hits that long 4th down play for 48 yards, and everything's kind of changed since then. Then they get the big kickoff return to start the 2nd half.
And that's right for Maple Grove. You just got to go back to doing what gave you that 14-0 lead, because you fumbled the football, yeah, but you still were running the football successfully on that drive. And then you just got to get back to that, because that's where you're beating Osseo right now. They struggled through the passing game today, Maple Grove has, but they've been pretty solid in the running game.
Play action fake to Ekior. Gallard wants to go deep, and this guy, Busari, well covered. Double coverage downfield on Busari, and it's incomplete. Pretty well thrown ball here by Gallard, but Collins and Franta are back there defensively.
Well, and that's one of those plays. You're taking the guessing game out of what you're doing. I mean, it's a full protection pass. He's got everybody home except for Busari. There's no other receivers out of the route, so you know where the ball's going. That's going to bring that double coverage over there. But they're just hoping that Busari can get behind the defense with his speed, and that your quarterback can put a good enough throw on the ball, and he has done that earlier in the game. Here they did so again.
Second down and 10. Give to Ekior, and he's dropped for a loss in the backfield.
There's Adam
Brandt on the tackle.
Brandt, who we featured in the pregame. He's everywhere for the Crimson, and that time he got through there unblocked, got in the backfield, and when you're not blocked, you're the guy that's supposed to make a play in that scheme, and he did so with a 2-yard loss.
Brandt and Jake Wilson on the stop. Loss of 2 for Ekior brings up 3rd down and 12. Gallard to throw. Out to his right and overshoots his receiver, Busari. He was just beyond the 1st down sticks, but the throw didn't get to him, and it's incomplete.
That play was there. If you're Osseo, you're really kicking yourself at that one, because the blitz came up the middle. They brought 2 middle linebackers. They picked it up effectively. the right pattern, right play was called. They just couldn't quite complete it.
Heavy rush, and then backing off at the last second was Fondakowski. Didn't think he could get there, and Lum gets the kick away. It'll take a few Osseo bounces and be down at the Maple Grove 39.
Smart play by Fondakowski, though. I mean, he gets back there, and you know what, though? He makes the smart play by not making the contact, but if he maybe lays out a little bit earlier, he's going to probably get a piece of that football. But tough play to judge. Easier to call it from up here in slow motion. Either way, he's wise for not getting the penalty because he's getting his team the football back. Really good field position once again.
.8:46 to play, third quarter. John Jacobson, Joe Mullane, Allie Arnold with you live on Channel 12 on this Friday night, 14-all game. Osseo and Maple Grove. Puck Winnicky, the ball carrier, and he'll get 5 yards out to his 44-yard line. Yangor on the stop. Ngari, excuse me, and it's second down and 5. I knew I was going to mess up one of those defenders' names at some point tonight.
Winnicky gets the ball there, and look, they bite off a chunk of 5 yards. Winnicky's going to step to the sidelines now and have Collins be the deep back in the backfield, but you'd like to see Winnicky and Collins get their share now.
Second down and 5. There's Collins, and he is hit and gets only a yard, Joe, to the 45-yard line. And Gary on the tackle with help from Cordell Russell.
Well, just great penetration up the middle there from the defense of Osseo, and Ty Lindley got in there as well. Really disrupted that play. Nice job from the Orioles defense.
3rd and 4 for Maple Grove. Ball just shy of their 46.
Russell that was, excuse me.
Davison, pitch it back. Winnicky turns it up and gets to close to the first down. We'll see where they mark it. It looks like he'll be shy, but not by much. Probably by about half a yard.
And this is
a nice job of cutting up inside and then tackled by Russell.
Yeah, he's going to be just short here. And sometimes in this situation, they're going to measure. But yeah, sometimes if you're Maple Grove, you almost can eyeball it and say, hey, we're short. I just want to run a quick play. Looks like they are going to measure, though, I believe. I think Maple Grove goes for it in this situation if they are short, John. I just think the last thing they want to do is give Osseo a chance to get the lead in this game. I know if you don't get it, you give them the ball in great field position. But if I'm Maple Grove, I got to take control of this football game again, and I got to be confident enough to go for it. I don't think Lombardi is even questioning it at all. He's going to go for it here. Here's a look at that run. Winnicky with a great cutback and good presence of mind, too, because a lot of times guys will go for the big run on that play. He knew he needed to get his head down and get his shoulder square and try to get that first down.
4th and half a yard for Maple Grove.
Watch the count here. Most of the time you're going to go on a long count here to see if you can't draw the defense off sides.
You do have to wait for the change to be reset on the far sideline.
The risk of the hard count is you don't want to draw your own guys a false start penalty, but you should have the discipline to be able to do it.
4th and very short. Maple Grove in its side of midfield, and a first down for Anderson. Gets the carry and a gain of 6 yards. Armstrong on the tackle.
Russell shot across there and could have made a play, but Anderson just with a nice little shuffle of his feet, he shifted left one gap, and then he found the blocking that he needed. Got upfield for a first down. Good call by Maple Grove. Give it to the fullback, get that first down, and get back into Osseo territory.
From the 44 of Osseo, give this to Collins. Isaac Collins gaining 4 to the 40-yard line. Gary on the tackle.
And that's what Maple Grove does right there. They pull Schultz. He pulls across there, kicks out the defensive end. Nice hole opens up off tackle, and they get another 4 to 5 yards on first down.
Collins 71 yards rushing tonight. 137 yards for Winnicky. Second down and 5. Anderson shuffling will give to Winicky. On left side, spins back to the 35. Tackled by Shopper. He'll be very close to another first down. It'll be short though. It'll be 3rd and 1.
So Max walked there to pulling lineman for Maple Grove that time, and he really didn't get his block square on the Osseo defender on Yanagor. Yanagor shifted off that block well, but didn't quite make the tackle at the line of scrimmage.
3rd and inches for the Crimson. Give to Anderson again. Leans forward, and I think he's got enough. Didn't need by much, but didn't need a lot either.
Well, Kier came in there and made a great tackle. I mean, made it difficult, but they did get that first down. This is the kind of drive Maple Grove needed. I mean, yeah, you want to, it'd be nice just to go score right away and have a big play, but sometimes there's something to be said for those plays where you go first down, second down, short, third down, you convert. And that in itself is kind of defeating to a defense too, because you just can't get off the field. You can't get that third down stop.
1st and 10 for Maple Grove inside the 29. Big rush on Davison as he looks to throw. Gets the completion to Brandt and only get a few yards. Well, actually get closer to 7, a little more than I thought. It's not a bad first down play.
Watch the block by Winicky on the play action fake. He's got responsibility to go up the middle, but what an amazing play to react and see the blitz coming from the outside, and that's good coaching too. When you see a running back pick up a blitz like that, you know he's been well coached. Look at him adjust from that play action fake, chip the linebacker just enough to allow Davidson to make that throw.
Injured player down for Osseo. I can't tell if that's Foley. Looks like it is. George Foley, the injured Oriole.
The good thing is this one looks like a cramp. Not an expert or anything like that, but just look like they're stretching it out, which usually is a cramp, and it looks like he's got a hamstring cramp. It could be a pulled hamstring. You usually don't pull a hamstring unless you're an all-out sprint. Looks more like a cramp to me. Don't get me wrong; those stink. Those hurt really bad, but usually doesn't affect you the next week at least.
Foley helped off here. First completion of the night for Brad Davison. Was that throw there to Adam Brandt for 7 yards?
Yeah, it's been not the best night for him. He's not really been under a ton of pressure like that, but the running game's been strong. And then the few times he's dropped back to pass, his receivers haven't been getting open. I think that I got to give Osseo's defense credit for that. And then of course he forced that one in there and just didn't make a very good throw. But he's coming, off. Last week he wasn't asked to do much against Blaine in that big 15-0 rout, but 2 weeks ago against Tino Grace played the best game of his career, 14 of 16, 179 yards and a touchdown. That had to have been a confidence builder for the sophomore.
2nd down and 3 for the Crimson out of the shotgun. It's Collins on the direct snap, and Isaac Collins forward to the 21-yard line. Tackled by Shopper and Munson. That'll be a Crimson first down.
Collins really runs that kind of that pistol offense well from that spot because he just has kind of a vision about him. You can see him kind of just a little shuffle of the feet right there, picks up a softer spot of the defense, falls forward for an extra yard. Nice little run there to pick up that first down.
From the 21-yard line, Collins again on the direct snap. He'll keep it inside the 20. Gain of 4 on the tackle by Russell.
That was a little bit of a twist there. Usually when he runs the football, he's running away from where he fakes to Winicky. That time he ran to the same side. You're hoping that Winicky helps freeze an outside linebacker right there on that play, but they read it well. Even though Maple Grove successfully picked up about 4 or 5 yards, Osseo had a decent reaction to that play.
230 yards rushing for the Crimson offense tonight here late in the 3rd quarter. Pitch to Collins, big hole, now sprints outside. Collins to the end zone, touchdown, Maple Grove.
16-yarder for Collins. He was going up the middle there, and then all of a sudden he broke it out to the outside. You got to look at the kind of quickness he has. He might not be the fastest player on the field, but he's definitely one of the quickest. Look at how quickly he gets to the outside there. There's no catching him from that linebacker spot. Runs away from the defensive back and into the end zone for a touchdown. Collins puts his another one into the end zone tonight. He's having a nice night, and I always say this about him and his brother Roman. When Channel 12 shows up, so do they, because they always have big nights when we're live.
Newton for the extra point. It's up and is not good. Missed it to the left. Look at the touchdown.
They get the great double team up front, too. They really took care of the line of scrimmage there, the Maple Grove offensive line did. And I think that drive right there got back to what they did well in the first quarter. They let them push Osseo around a little bit between the tackles, and Maple Grove got back to the fundamentals, showed why they're 6-0, and showed why they are the favorite to win this game. Let's see how Osseo reacts offensively now here, but with that drive, just kind of keeping Maple Grove's defense off the field for a little bit and just kind of trying to retake control of this football game.
We'll see if that missed extra point plays a difference in this one. 20-14. Newton's kick taken at the 15. Hughes breaks a tackle, trying to spin back to the right now. Hughes to the 30 and out to the 36-yard line before he's tackled by Fondakowski.
Well, usually your starting defense is not on the kickoff team. You put kind of a second unit out there, some different special teams players. Looks like Maple Grove uses a combination of some starters and some reserves, but if this kick coverage continues to struggle, you can bet that Coach Lombardi is going to make some adjustments and put out some of the starters out there on that kickoff team, because he can't afford to let Osseo keep on making big plays in the kick return game. And we have a stoppage right now where we have a linesman down injured on the field.
Like a foot injury or toe injury, perhaps. He'll talk about those guys getting hurt, but as much as they're in action, it's surprised you don't see more of that, even if they're not directly involved in the collision, just as much running they're doing on the field, turning an ankle or whatever the case might be.
Well, I think mainly because they're such well-conditioned athletes, you don't see it happening, and they really so much training. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, absolutely. With all that running around, and it seems like it'd be a lot easier to turn your ankle or something like that. But
great atmosphere tonight here, Joe, for this one. The kids are involved in it. The parents, the community, Osseo, Maple Grove, so close, and they have come out to watch this one. And hope you've enjoyed it here in Channel 12, and we're able to capture some of the spirit that's in the stadium this evening.
Yeah, it's we can feel the atmosphere up here, and we have all the windows closed and the doors closed, so you know it's rocking because we're the least ones that get the sense of it. But you can see the camera shaking right there. That's the way the crowd is shaking. The two sidelines are just jam-packed, and their crowd's pumped.
Osseo with a good sea of fans that have come over for tonight's game as well. We're ready to go. Osseo will have it first down and 10 from their 37-yard line after the kickoff return by Hughes. 3 minutes, 13 seconds to play in the third quarter. And off to Ekior. It's a couple of yards to the 39. Ekior came into play tonight, 41 carries for 301 yards and 4 touchdowns, and averaged 7.3, but he obviously hasn't been the guy that's been asked to carry the bulk of the load on the season. That's going to Prince Cruel, but we saw Cruel go out for the night with an ankle injury in the first half, and will be Ekior the rest of the way. And we'll also probably see some Marcellus Hughes, although he's been taking the wide receiver spot like Alamalu had, and then Gabe went out with that broken foot and sack last time. Here's a quick throw to Hughes, and he's got a lot of space down the left sideline. 30-yard line, runs out of bounds at the Maple Grove 25. Well, they got him involved in the offense. Joe was on a passing play. and they pick up 36.
And Lucas Burrington is out there in one-on-one coverage with him, and he just kind of burned him to the outside there after a quick move. And Burrington's been out there a couple of times now, and it's just a good opportunity to throw it out there quickly, put that defensive back on an island by himself against a guy who looks to have some great moves and also some power. We saw stiff arming it earlier in the game as well.
Officially a gain of 38, first down and 10 Osseo at the 23 of Maple Grove. Give to Ekior. Runs over one guy, forward another few yards. Doe came up to hit him, and Ekior kept going and picks up 6.
And you see a great block there. 73, Luke Thompson blows up the end right there, collapses the end. That allows Ekior to get up there to the second level with some speed. That's what allows him to run over that linebacker. So he didn't have to worry about the line of scrimmage. He got to pick up all the speed he could and get forward. Great pickup there for Osseo's running game.
And Osseo line starting to move a little bit, that Maple Grove defensive line. Joe, they've got some sides along that offensive line. We're going to time out here for Osseo.
Yeah, they're, across the offensive line, you got a couple of guys that are smaller in the interior at 5'11", 225, 6 foot 195. But then you go big. They got a sophomore, Nash Jensen, who, Coach Lamker told us is probably going to be a Division I recruit at some point here in his career. But he's 6'4", 308. Travis Mullen, 6'2", 290. And Luke Thompson, who just did an excellent job there out on the exterior, 6 foot 240.
Hope you've enjoyed this one tonight on Channel 12, our final regular season telecast. Come your way next Wednesday from Osseo. See Orioles in back-to-back weeks, and they host Totino Grace. Those have been great games the last couple of years since Totino joined the Northwest Suburban as a football member only a couple of years ago, and they played good games with Osseo at the end of the regular season and again last year in the playoffs as well.
Yeah, that's a game that I'm guessing Osseo has been waiting for quite some time, though, the way that ended last year. How about the DJ and the music selection here at Maple Grove tonight? They've been keeping it going on.
They have. There's not much downtime at all, is there? Second down and 3. Gillard up to the line, and he'll get to Ekior. 15. Got a first down now to the 11-yard line. Pick up a 5.
Great kick-out block that time using the fullback in the offense. You get a block from Cameron Munson out there on the defensive end. And a nice push again from the offensive line. Osseo's offensive line doing the job here on this possession, really answering the call that Maple Grove just did on the previous possession.
First and 10, ball at the 11 of the Crimson. Minute 20 to go in the third quarter. Ekior jumps forward and then still on his feet, gets down to the 4-yard line on a pickup of 7.
How about that run right there? You're not going to see too many like this. He simply jumps over the line of scrimmage. There's no hole there. I'll just jump over the top, land on my feet, jumps forward for 3 yards, and then plunges forward for a couple more.
Burrington on the tackle. Second down and 3 from the 4. Osseo knocking on the door, trying to tie and maybe take the lead here late in the third quarter. Give to Ekior again. Bounces outside, back to the middle. Slithers down to the 1-yard line. He's not in the end zone, but he may have a first down.
Ekior is making the most out of these runs because Maple Grove is piling up the line of scrimmage there between the tackles, and he's one time jumps over. That time he used a little bit of a cut move to get to the outside, got very close to the end zone. And I know there's probably some Osseo fans sitting at home saying, well, that was a touchdown earlier in the game when Maple Grove got down there.
Yeah, I don't think he didn't quite get there.
No, he didn't get there, no. But Maple Grove didn't either on their first possession, first touchdown. Although, again, as we mentioned at that time, it was a first down run, so it wasn't really worth barking over. That one was not a first down run, short of the first down as well.
A little bit short. It'll be third down and about less than half a yard. Lamker and Gillard. Gillard in with the play. Half a yard for a first down or less. a yard for a touchdown. Trying to get out. Maple Grove perhaps on the hard count. Now look back to the sideline and see if he'll let the final seconds right off the clock, and they will.
I'll say this real quickly. If I were Osseo, I would have tried to score because every touchdown's been in that end zone. And all the turnovers have been down in this end zone. I would have said, hurry up and run the play.
20-14, Maple Grove leads Osseo, by the Orioles knocking on the door. We're back with the fourth quarter live on Channel 12 after this timeout.
You watch Channel 12 at home. Why not on the go? Channel 12 is online at 12.tv. Watch on your phone, on your tablet. Channel 12 is your local source wherever you go. Just log on to 12.tv. Check out our videos, subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on Twitter, like us on Facebook, and even watch live events via live stream. So don't wait. Stay up to date with Channel 12 and 12.tv, your local source.
Back at Maple Grove. Crimson students are enjoying tonight, aren't they? 20-14, their team is leading, but Osseo right on the doorstep as we start the fourth quarter. Third down and inches for Steve Perry and Journey for Osseo.
Yeah, it's funny because guys older than you are probably wondering what is going on.
Guard on the keeper to the end zone. We'll see where they mark him. I don't know that he got it.
They should have ran the play.
Ezekiel, excuse me. You're right. Not Gallard on the keeper. And tackle short, perhaps. It looks like.
It's just so.
They're going to bring it back down. They're going to bring the chains back out.
So dependent on the spot. That's the difficult thing. Looked like he fell forward.
He got a little more this time than.
Yeah, he got behind the line of scrimmage. So I think this has to be a first down.
First and goal, Osseo.
You see Maple Grove does a good job of getting across the line of scrimmage. I mean, Maple Grove won the battle on the line of scrimmage, but it was a tough run that got him that foot that he needed.
Michael Rangel on the tackle. First and goal. Osseo fans are on their feet. Inside the one now for the Orioles. Give to Ekior. He's in for the touchdown. And Osseo a point away from taking the lead.
And the extra point that is going to have the collective sides holding their breath here to see if Osseo can take that lead. Ekior has done just an excellent job stepping in here tonight as the primary running back.
Well, for the extra point.
Oh, good. Missed it.
It is missed. How about that?
Here you see Ekior. I mean, this is just, again, another tough run. That time the offensive line did a good job of kind of stalemating the defensive line from Maple Grove. And then a nice little plunge into the end zone. Here's the extra point. Enough leg, just pushed it right, and he can't believe it. He's probably hit thousands of those this fall in practice and in games. And just the pressure of a huge rivalry game gets to the best of him.
Crimson excited and a fresh start.
You know, these matchups, these Maple Grove Osseo matchups, they've been pretty legendary. That's why it was such a crime last year not to have them meet when they were so good, both teams. But this one's lived up to it here again tonight.
Simon Tao will put the ball on the tee and kick it off here for Osseo. High, short kick, left sideline, and Osseo's got it. How about that? Recovered by Armstrong. You could not have placed that ball any better.
Oh, pooch.
And there's nobody over there except Armstrong. He can't advance it beyond that, so that's why it's marked out to 36.
And they've practiced that, you know. I mean, you could see it. It wasn't. It was no accident that they tried it and went for it and got it and executed it. They've been practicing it. And it looks like one of the Maple Grove players there was just confused, didn't even get after the ball.
1st and 10, Orioles at the 36 of Maple Grove. 20-20 score, 11:21 to play in the football game.
Oh, Osseo taking a timeout.
It's their second timeout here in the second half.
Hopefully it's not a timeout they'll need down the stretch, but I just, you know, the excitement of changing of possessions and all that stuff just kind of.
Joe, I know you with the Channel 12 app. You use the Channel 12 app often.
Absolutely. I use the app, and also, you know, the other thing I'll have to say in coordination with the app is also if you're on Facebook and Twitter, follow or like, in terms of Facebook, like Channel 12 Sports, because you guys do such a good job of posting up there important updates and highlights and then game times and all that stuff. So it shows up right in my Facebook feed when you guys are doing something live on the air, or in this case tonight, in prep for tonight's game, showed up right on my Facebook feed, the story that you guys had for previewing this game this week. So definitely make an effort to get out there and like the Channel 12 Sports on Facebook. You'll be better informed, that's for sure.
1st down and 10 from the 36. And they give the handoff to Basari. Gets a couple of yards, 3 yards exactly, to the 33-yard line. Hemsey on the tackle. It'll be 2nd down and 7. Basari with 3 receptions tonight. That's his first carry.
Your Maple Grove, you really haven't been put in this position this year, so that's what you're really curious about, how this Maple Grove team responds, because you've really taken care of business. Big games against Osseo and Totino Grace and Wayzata, they simply trampled them, so they weren't really in a close game so far this season.
And the throw almost intercepted, overthrown by Gallard trying to hit Hughes. And Franta was the closest one to it. Now, Hughes stopped there, or what exactly happened?
Yeah,
it seemed like he kind of let up on the route.
Well, I don't think they maybe knew the right route, too, because that throw did not look like a slant type of throw where you want to pump it in there. A little confusion on that play, and Osseo gets away with that mistake.
3rd and 7. Osseo at the 33 of Maple Grove. Officials timeout. We have here, Joe.
Questioning what the substitution that Osseo was doing.
A little bit of everything in this music tonight, don't we, Joe?
Yeah. I need this playlist for tomorrow night.
3rd and 7 from the 33 of Maple Grove. Akior Malone back behind Gallard. Quick throw, left side to Hughes, and only gets to the 30-yard line. Gain of 3 to be 4th and 4.
Good response from that Maple Grove defense. They get the ball to the outside right where they want to conduct business, but just a great read right there, breaking through and getting unblocked was Jake Wilson making that play for Maple Grove. He got some help at the end, but it was Wilson who really blew that play up.
4th and a long 4 for Osseo. And Gillard wanting to throw and incomplete. Basari thought the contact from Collins came early. No flag. It's a turnover on downs.
Yeah, I think Osseo wants the flag, but in their heart of hearts, they'll know that this ball just probably was thrown a little bit behind their receiver.
I think it was, but I think the contact was early, too. I think you're right on both counts.
I think the contact looks early because the ball never gets there. You know what I mean? I think that if the ball's on target, I think the contact comes at the same time.
From that angle, I agree. Looking at it. At first, I was certain the contact came early, but you're right. And that ball was thrown behind it. I don't think he could have caught it had there not been any contact.
I'm questioning it. I'm wondering if this is going to happen too. If I'm Osseo, I'm going to say this kind of quietly because of where we are in the press box. They're playing the music while Osseo's up at the line of scrimmage. You can't do that, and that's what the referee is telling the Maple Grove staff, I believe, right now. I would not be surprised if they're not passing it up there. I can't believe that you can play the music while Osseo is under center. Right. I was just really surprised that they're doing that, and they did that all throughout that last 4 plays.
Davison coming up to the line of scrimmage. 1st down and 10. And they give to Collins. And Collins getting 4 yards to the 35-yard line. Tackled by Foley. He's 2nd down and 6. Maybe closer to 5. Good 1st down run for Collins. From the 36-yard line of Maple Grove. And 9.5 minutes to go now. Davison will pitch it back. Winicky spins down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a couple of yards short of the 1st down.
This is where, if you're Maple Grove, you just got to keep on chunking away. And I think if you keep this ball on the ground and just kind of play it safe, don't get any penalties, take care of the football, I think you have the offensive line and the running backs that can get the job done here in the final 9 minutes.
Amoeo and Ongari on that last tackle, keeping Maple Grove short. 3rd down and 1. Direct snap. Collins got a 1st down. He spun back by Armstrong, but he got out to the 43.
You see just a great job done by the offensive line. In fact, Winicky was the lead blocker on that play, but really didn't need to do anything because there was nobody there from the offensive line. Had collapsed the defensive front from Osseo.
First and 10, Maple Grove from its 43. To Winicky. Looked like he was going to get stopped in the backfield, Joe, and he ends up with 3 yards.
Good penetration there from the Osseo defense. We saw that earlier in the game, though. Even when they were getting the penetration, Winicky was able to fight his way forward, and he got lucky there that the linebacker got trapped behind the defensive end who got the penetration. So one blocker effectively took out 2 players there. That allowed Winicky to get upfield for a couple.
Tommy Lohr on the tackle, 2nd down and 7. 7:40 to go in a running. And off to Collins, up the middle, across midfield. Isaac Collins into the open, the Osseo 40, and down to the 31-yard line. Knocked out of bounds by Fisher. But a big run by Isaac Collins.
Yeah, but he's the one that delivered the blow to Fisher. Collins was pumped up at that one. It takes Fisher out, knocks him down to the sidelines.
23 yards on the carry. First down and 10 at the 31 of Osseo. Direct snap to Collins, gives to Winicky. Winnicky to the 25, 20, first down and more, down to the 15-yard line. He picks up 16 yards. Collins this time in the direct snap. Joe gives to Winnicky, and Winnicky has 161 yards rushing now on 20 carries. Collins tonight, 19 carries for 127.
Well, that's the bread and butter of this Maple Grove offense, is they've been really able to wear teams down and run the football successfully throughout the game.
13th rushing first down of the game. Here's Collins again on the run. Snap down after a gain of 4. Munson on the tackle. Second down and 6.
An offense that averages 287 yards per game on the ground, with 2 running backs who average over 100 yards per game. Nobody's been really able to stop it this year. The strength is if you can get Maple Grove to force them to pass the football a little bit more. And Maple Grove tonight not able to throw the ball very well, but it hasn't stopped them from moving the ball on the ground.
On second down and 6. Hand off to Winnicky up the middle toward the end zone. He's down at the 1. Gain of 10.
Just a great kick-out block there. They pulled a lineman from the left side, kicks out the defensive end. Winnicky, the timing of that play, gets right up there in that hole that was created by the kick-out block, and another first down for the Crimson. Now they'll get 4 shots to plunge it in here from the 1.
First and goal from the 1-yard line of Osseo. Davison giving to Anderson, the fullback. He's in for a touchdown. Kyle Anderson, a 1-yard TD run.
So the tailbacks help him get it down to the line of scrimmage, but Anderson gets to plunge it in. The senior running back, fullback, who does so much for those running backs, gets rewarded with a 1-yard touchdown run. And for him, it's his 5th touchdown of the season.
Knutsen's extra point is blocked.
Oof.
Amawayu broke through and got the block.
Tell you what, Maple Grove's looked really strong on offense tonight, and at various times looked really good at defense, but special teams are something that's really not gone well tonight for the Crimson. There's the touchdown from Anderson and that offensive line, which absolutely dominated on that possession, but a great athletic block right there, breaking through and then jumping up, one-handed block and swat away. And that could be a crucial point here as we come down the stretch.
Leafy is enjoying tonight, along with everyone else, I think, that's in attendance. You know, regardless of the outcome, Joe, especially I think if you're a senior on either of these teams, you're going to remember this game for a long time in your life, and just how much fun this night was in this game.
Oh yeah, you don't, at the time when you're in it, you don't realize just how much you remember nights like this.
The line drive kick by Knutsen will go through the end zone. Touchback. That works.
You know, and for these guys, I mean, not many sophomores out here on the field tonight. You know, you only get, as juniors and seniors, you get a couple cracks at these games. Last year, this senior class didn't get to play Osseo, so you can bet in the hearts and minds of these seniors for both these teams tonight, this is a game that will go down.
Osseo up to the line of scrimmage. First down and 10 from the 20. Ekior first down run to the 24, close to the 25. Ekior grabbing that thigh a little slow to get up. He's not going to get up. Krua already out tonight.
This is where Osseo has to just say, what else can be thrown at us from an injury standpoint? I mean, lost their top receiver last night, lost their, all-conference running back earlier in this game, and now the backup who's done such a great job, their second leading rusher of the season, now he goes down. Osseo continues to fight.
Take a look at that last drive and some of the key plays for Maple Grove, Joe, and they were getting done on the run, going back to what kind of got them their success in the first quarter, especially the two last runs by Winicky and then by Anderson. Then there's the extra point block.
Yeah, I think, Maple Grove 6-0 on the year. Didn't lose a regular season game last year. They've become a very good running football team this year, and it's in large part to great offensive line and a couple of running backs that can just, they're smart running backs because they know how to get the tough yard, but they also have the ability to get the big play. And they went back to that on that possession right there and said, let's be Maple Grove in this possession, and that's what they did. And they got them the lead once again, and now Osseo they've had a lot of rabbits that have been pulled out of the hat here tonight. Let's see if there's one more in there.
Hughes, the running back now, on 2nd down and 6. And they'll pitch it to Hughes. And a big pass reception earlier and tripped up and dropped for a loss. McGlone, the defensive lineman, gets an arm out there and makes the tackle. Loss of 1.
McGlone, you can see, as a defensive lineman, you don't need to blow up a guy to make a big play. He got some penetration. He was kind of going down to the turf himself, but he was able to get a piece of the running back and really threw that play off.
3rd and 7 for Osseo. A chilly 41-degree October night. Osseo needs a big play. Under 5 minutes to go. Guard back to throw, gets the completion for a first down out at the 35-yard line to Armstrong. Gain of 12.
Armstrong, who's been a good defensive player in the secondary tonight, checks in an offense now, runs a good route, gets open in double coverage out there, makes the first down reception, and keeps Osseo alive in this game.
First and 10 from the 35. And Hughes started to slip, it looked like, as he's trying to make his cut and goes down. Burrington comes up and makes the tackle.
Well, Burrington's the guy that they worked over there on the defense. He's going to be the unblocked defender, and he just shoots the hole. He sees right where this play is happening. He's sprinting to that hole. Great defensive play and a great defensive scheme there that put him in the spot to make that tackle.
Loss of 2, 2nd down and 12 with 4 minutes to go. Joe, for Osseo to win, I think they're going to have to get some big plays through the air. Osseo will use its final timeout.
Well, it's tough right now. You got 3 skilled position players missing.
Yeah.
And let's face it, it's your receiver and your 2 running backs. That's a lot right now to try to get something together. So Coach Lamker calls a timeout there. He's frustrated with how they were lining up, and you got to believe the substitutions is part of that. And the one thing is you got Hughes in the backfield now, but where has he been successful tonight? It's been out there on the wide receiver spot, picking on the cornerbacks that aren't quite as strong as him. So you're also now at a disadvantage because you got to put Hughes in the backfield, but you're really taking over something that he did very well here tonight. But I think you're right, John. I think a trick play or a big play is what's going to need to happen because, let's face it, just man-to-man, straight-up football, Maple Grove's been the better team here tonight, but Osseo's been able to make some bigger plays.
On 2nd down, Gillard drop back, has time, got it, man Armstrong, and broken up by Franta.
I said it earlier in the game, I think Franta, pound for pound, is one of the best cornerbacks in the area, and he shows why right here. Look at him. He just kind of runs stride for stride with the receiver, and then at the right time gets his left hand in there to break it up, and he gets the right hand a little bit early on the shoulder pads now, and that's being called really closely in the NFL and in college football, and he gets away with it here on this play. It's a real difficult thing for the cornerback not to do, is put that right hand on early, and he did it just a little bit early there, enough to get away with.
3rd and 12.
There's some alignment problems again for Osseo.
And they're out of timeouts. They can't do anything else. Bernard doing his best to get his guys lined up. He'll roll out. Throws incomplete. Oh, this time gets a flag. Sorry, defended by Franta, and this time he's flagged.
And it was the right call. Franta came in early on that one. He gets a great break on the football and might have got away with pass interference in the previous play, just some slight pass interference. And he thinks he timed this one pretty well, but I saw it with my naked eye. I thought it was pass interference too. And I'll tell you what, too, that call happens on the Maple Grove sideline, which really tells you the referee was strong in his convictions of making that call, because it's a tough call to make when you're right in front of the Crimson sideline.
One more look at it, Joe.
I mean, it looks right from there too. I mean, he's a little bit on his back there. You got to make a play on the ball. The receiver has to have a chance to make a play on the ball, and he didn't have a chance there.
So, 1st down and 10 after the 10-yard penalty brings it to the, 15-yard penalty brings it to the Osseo 48. Ekior is back in, gets the tackle, breaks a tackle at the 40 down to the Maple Grove 34, and picks up 16 yards. Justin Ekior, who went out a few plays ago, comes back at a big rushing 1st down for him.
That cramp came back there at the end of that run, so we'll see if he can work it out. Look at him break a tackle right there. Just what heart Ekior is playing with here tonight. And I think he must have just did Maple Grove did Osseo a favor by taking a timeout there. Because I think Osseo needed the timeout. Ekior wasn't really able to get back to the huddle at full speed. Now he's able to stretch out that calf a little bit. See that run? That's just a great run. Coming into this game this year, Ekior has been the 2nd leading rusher for the Orioles this season. He's been getting the ball less than half as many times as Prince Screw, but when he gets it, he's running 7.3 yards per carry, 4 touchdowns on the year, averaging 50 yards per game.
Tonight, 12 carries for 53 yards. Most of those carries coming after Curl went out with the injury in the 2nd quarter. 1st and 10, Osseo at the Maple Grove 34, 3:28 to go in the 4th. Bernard, quick throw. Basari makes a man miss. Down to the 20, to the 15, to the 12-yard line. Pick up of 22 yards.
And just throw it out there, get it to your athletes, and let them be the athletes that they are. Basari, quick little cut-in move, and that time, you know, the Crimson player Sam Franta does a good job of forcing it to the inside where you want to get that help, but he just had too much speed. The help didn't come yet.
Basari, 4 catches for 85 yards tonight. 1st down and 10, Osseo at the Maple Grove 12. We'll snap this one with under 3 minutes to go. Give to Ekior. To the 10, to the 5-yard line. Maybe stopped just short of the 5. But a good 1st down run by Ekior. They'll mark him at the 6. It'll be 2nd and 4.
Oh, the offensive line does a great job there. Good push. You saw that big sophomore offensive lineman for Osseo that we talked about, Nash Jensen, 66, just sealed off the end there. A great block opening up that hole for the Orioles.
2nd and 4 from the 6. They're going to try to throw for it, incomplete. Interesting on 2nd down. Go for the pass play, trying to get it to Hughes. Well defended by Burrington. It's 3rd down and 4.
I don't think that's a bad play call, though. I think that's a matchup that I would like. I would go away from Franta if I were Osseo, and I like Hughes making a play. The thing about it, though, is I don't know if I throw the fade. I might wing it back out there to Hughes and let him break a tackle. It was going to be one-on-one. Burton has no help out there.
Incompletion stops the clock with 2:10 to play. Go back to the ground game. Ekior only gets a yard to the 5. It'll be 4th down and 3. The ball Maple Grove thinks is out. No signal of a 4th down. Officials timeout. It's going to be 4th down. Now they've signaled 4th down. It'll be a 4th down and 3 to go.
So, you know, I'll give the official a little bit of credit here. He calls the official timeout there just to make sure that the clock doesn't run too much while they're digging out the ball. I mean, he saw that chaos happening there, and now Maple Grove's going to take a timeout. Lombardi on the field to get the timeout.
That's their first charge timeout. Well, now Osseo's got a chance to talk about what they want to do. So if you're Osseo, you like that timeout because you want to get your defense set and make sure they're in the right spot. But now Osseo's got a chance to talk about their best 3-yard play here.
Well, and I think for Maple Grove, they take the timeout. You know, I would say let Osseo try to figure it out. But, you know, I think Coach Lombardi and his coaching staff, I think they're so confident that they can kind of, they've scouted Osseo out. They can talk to their players about what they think is going to come right here, and they can dial up something special too. Because I think Maple Grove likes to be the aggressor. They're not going to sit back on their heels right now and see what Osseo is going to do. I think they're going to try to come with something here and put some pressure on the Orioles. I got to believe this ball is going into the air, I would think. And if you're a Maple Grove, I believe you're probably bringing some sort of blitz. This is fun here. This is good.
This is it. Terrific game, and it really comes down to this play. 4th down and 3 for Osseo from the 5 with 1:47 to go. Orioles out of timeouts. Going up to the line. Looking for a pass. Gets the completion, and it's a touchdown.
I think that was the matchup. I mean, I liked it on the fade. I didn't like the fade play per se, but that was the matchup. And Osseo felt the same way. Hughes has just been too strong out there. I mean, he must have some good hands because he's a big boy, and they put him out there. And look at the slant. I mean, he rifles it in there.
Martellus Hughes, the 5-yard touchdown. And now,
here's
Joe, the extra point.
Yeah.
Lum missed the last one. This one is up, and it is through, and Osseo leads with 1:43 to go.
A lot of time left now. So Maple Grove, they use a couple of timeouts there defensively, but let's go back to the touchdown. Just the blitz was coming, and now the blitz came from the outside there. Fondakowski came, but Fondakowski didn't play the passing lane. He kind of respected the running back a little bit there. Had he maybe been more an all-out blitz and played that passing lane, he could have got his hands up and in there. But a great call by Osseo after the timeout from Maple Grove. They dial up the play they want. And, boy, you got to give Malik Gaillard a lot of credit. Gaillard has been on point when they needed him. I mean, he hasn't been perfect tonight, but he's made some pretty darn big throws.
10 of 18 passing tonight, a touchdown and interception. Gets that touchdown pass to Hughes, who has 5 catches tonight. Now, Osseo tonight, by design, has kicked the ball short. They need to get a little deeper. They don't want to give Maple Grove a 60-yard field if they can help it this time.
Maple Grove just has not won the special teams battle tonight, and even on the extra points. I mean, that's where it's really come down to.
Tao to kick it again, and they had that successful onside kick earlier in the quarter. And this time will kick it deep. It'll be handled at the 18-yard line. This is Winicky to the 30, 35, and out of bounds at the 37. So Maple Grove, 2 timeouts remaining, minute 38 left. Knudsen seems to have a pretty decent leg, so they need a field goal. They don't have to score a touchdown.
Well, they missed extra points, so I don't know if a field goal.
Well, that's true too, and they had one blocked. They'd missed one and had one blocked. Yeah, Crimson with, 1 timeout remaining, not 2.
Davidson, the sophomore quarterback. And this is some pressure on the youngster here.
One pass completion tonight. Straight drop back, throws, ball it's tipped, incomplete.
I don't know that I would come out and just pass the football though. I mean, I think
Davison shaken up.
A minute and a half with the clock stopping on first downs, I would put the ball in the hands of Winicky and Collins. I know it makes sense to pass the football, but I just think those running backs can chew up some pretty big yards.
Second down and 10 from the 38, 1:34 to go. Winicky the lone back behind Davison. And with the throw again, and down he goes. We got the ball away. They're going to be intentional grounding.
It can't be intentional grounding. There's a receiver right over there.
That's what I'm guessing the flag is.
You're right, John. I'm saying it's a bad call. I mean, you could say he's down if you're the referee, but you can't say it's intentional grounding. He nearly got it to the receiver.
Let's see if they pick it up. Yeah, they do. And so, Joe, that's the right call.
Now, it's a question if he calls him down, Matt. No, he's going to say he got it away.
Shopper just about had him down, but not quite. And Davison able to get it close enough to a receiver. He avoids the sack and avoids the penalty. Good job by Davison.
I think this ball's got to get in Winicky's hands or somehow.
Third down and 10. There it is on the screen over the middle. Winicky's got some open room midfield into Osseo territory down to the 36-yard line of the Orioles.
That's what I would do, John. I'm screening and drawing all day. I can't pass the football downfield right now tonight in this game. Davidson and the Crimson have before against other teams, but tonight they have not. I want to give them the illusion of passing the football, and I'm going to throw screens and I'm going to run draws from here on out. Maybe you have to throw the ball down the field eventually, but I want to get Collins and Winicky the ball.
Gain of 25, first down and 10 at the 37 with 1:20 to go. Davison will hand off to Winicky. Tackled from behind after a loss, or a gain of 4. Looks like he was going to go for more, Joe, and then shut down. Ademije coming from behind and making the tackle. Look at how he gets back into the play. He had overrun it, and Ademije gets back and makes a tackle. It's a gain of 5 for Winicky. Clock running with under a minute to go. Maple Grove 1 timeout remaining. Davison rolling left, throwing to the sideline. Completion to Franta.
Franta makes a great catch, and he did his darndest to drag that back foot. And I think it was a pretty good call here on the sidelines. Look at Davidson, makes a big throw, rolling to his left. That's a tough throw to make. Gets some air under it, and Franta never makes the catch, actually. Oh, that's terrible. I'm sorry. I thought that live was a great catch. He actually never, not only was he not in bounds, he never catches the football.
Oh, yeah, that's... Well, play goes on. It's a first down called on the field from the 21-yard line. Collins up the middle. Breaking tackle at the 15. He's down to the 12.
Do you spike the football here and waste it down? And why is the clock stop? Look at this home field advantage. Why is the clock stopped? Referee stopping it.
Oh, they're going to measure.
Oh, my goodness. Break for Maple Grove. Oh, Lamker's going to have a heart attack when he watches this tape. That catch that should have been a catch, and now they're measuring. Good God.
Run down to the close to the 11-yard line. Short of the first down by a little bit.
Take a look at that last run. Good block up front. Collins puts his head down, gets very close to a first down. Ball nearly popped out there. Boy, that could have been bad. Hangs onto the football. Now they're going to get those chains set on the sidelines. Maple Grove gets a chance to break the huddle. And they have now started the clock.
Under 40 seconds to go. Second and inches. Maple Grove trailing by a point. 35 seconds to go. They give to Collins. He'll get a first down. That'll stop the clock as he got to the 10.
Maple Grove still has the 1 timeout now, but I think with the first down, you're not going to use it. You're going to call a play again. Expect this ball to go to the air.
From the 10, to give to Collins. Gets to the 6-yard line before he's driven back.
That's timeout time.
15 seconds left.
They're setting up the game winner. They're setting up the game-winning field goal. So
they're going to let the clock wind down. And then they'll put it on the foot of Tyler Knudsen.
Maybe ran one more play there, see if he can't plunge it in, but they're going to, and this is Coach Lombardi giving the confidence back to his kicker in his kicking game here.
And there'll be a 24, 25-yard field goal. How about this for a little pressure?
I'll tell you what, John, I'm just happy I'm not a parent or a coach or we just get to sit up here and enjoy it. Oh, boy.
Collins the holder. 24-yard field goal. And this attempt is going to end it one way or the other. And then flags come out. Osseo guys all pointing at Maple Grove. And it's back. If somebody moved on that line, a 5-yard penalty. It's a little tougher, Joe.
Yeah. 5 yards tougher.
Right.
Yeah, I was just kind of stunned there that could happen. You're just seeing some plays that are uncharacteristic of Maple Grove and make those kind of mistakes in this play. But here we go. Now it's a 30-yarder.
Knudsen lining it up for a 30-yard field goal. Taking a look at it from the end zone. It is up, and it is wide right. Osseo, with 0.2 of a second to go, is going to win it.
Oh, my goodness.
I think they're going to have to run one more play, and then they're going to see if they're going to. They might just take off the 0.2 of a second. That might be. That's it. That's the game. And Osseo pulls the upset here, 27-26. How about that, Joe?
That's kind of
unbelievable.
What a game, I tell you. I'll tell you this. I mean, I feel bad for Maple Grove, but Maple Grove has grander plans anyways. I think Coach Lombardi will probably spin it that way to his kids. He's got visions of these guys playing at TCF Stadium for a state championship. And, the good thing about high school football is it's a regular season game and they can come back and get there. And the good thing for all of us is these two teams might meet again. And that would be great football. Osseo, congratulations. That was an awesome effort. Osseo comes in here tonight and really takes care of business. And, they just made big plays. When they lined up in the line of scrimmage, Maple Grove was winning that battle, but Osseo found a way to kind of get away with that. And how about the injuries that happened? And then, lack of luck down the field. I mean, Maple Grove gets a credit for a catch that never happened, and they just fought through, kept with it, and obviously it paid off as the Royals get a big victory here tonight.
27-26, Osseo wins. We'll take a break, come back, and we'll hear from the Orioles in a moment. You're watching high school football on Channel 12.
You watch Channel 12 at home. Why not on the go? Channel 12 is online at 12.tv. Watch on your phone, on your tablet. Channel 12 is your local source wherever you go. Just log on to 12.tv. Check out our videos, subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on Twitter, like us on Facebook, and even watch live events via live stream. So don't wait. Stay up to date with Channel 12 and 12.tv, your local source.
So, I'm kind of new here, but I've noticed a trend. My human does this funny thing where she goes around and gets all my toys, and then she hides them in that basket by the door. But it's always the same basket, and it's always in the same place. And then she acts so surprised when I find them, but, she's putting them in the same basket again. It's like, hello, that's where you put it last time. You were the worst at hide and go seek.
My new mom and I have a lot in common.
The great outside.
We both love the outdoors.
So shiny.
That's not a flower. We both love geology.
Oh, look. An igneous one.
That's not a rock. And she knows a lot about wildlife.
A labradoodle.
That's not a dog. Hanging out has been kind of fun.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of kids in foster care will take you just as you are.
So, I got this new family, and I don't know what it is about this one, but she can't seem to put down that toy all day long. Tap, 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 tap. Oh, and she even talks to it. She talks to that more than she talks to him. What's up, bro? Nice shirt. Who's she talking to? Her mom? She talks to her mom a lot.
Mom, can we get some ice cream? Please, Mom, please.
No, we're having dinner soon.
Please.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of children in foster care who will take you just as you are.
Michael Adams?
Here.
Michael Adams?
Here.
Michael Adams.
Michael Adams.
Students who miss 18 days of school in any grade risk falling behind and not graduating. Absences add up. Keep track at boostattendance.org today.
Adopting a new pet is a rewarding experience. And Shelter Pets makes super pets. Your new best friend will steal your heart, bring you happiness, and enrich your life for years to come. You can make a difference in the life of an animal. Adopt and bring home a shelter pet today. To find out more, visit theshelterpetproject.org.
Final score tonight, Osseo 27, Maple Grove 26. Joe Molina, what a great football game this was.
Yeah, it was.
I enjoyed tonight immensely.
I don't think, I think this is a good case for never letting these two teams not play each other again. It's just too good for all the fans and players and families and Channel 12 viewers involved. It's just an excellent football game, and boy, they're just, to pick out a couple of key plays, and that would be nearly impossible. There were just so many of them.
So we had that last Osseo touchdown. Joe, remember this was a fourth down. This was the last drive, I should say. This is the big pass to Basari that went for 22 yards. It set them up deep. And then there's the touchdown pass on 4th and 3 from the 5.
Well,
from Gallard to Hughes.
You can remember what Coach Lamker told Allie in the pregame, and what she talked about earlier was that if they can't get the ball to the edge, they're going to be in trouble. And what Osseo found there, as we're looking at the Maple Grove touchdown, that was the last touchdown they scored, not the last possession. And there's the extra point that got blocked. That was, look how key of a play that turned out to be. But I think for Osseo, they found a way to get to the outside, and that was just kind of flinging the ball out there and getting some one-on-one with their athletes against the defensive backs for Maple Grove. And for the Crimson, you're a really good, solid tackling team that maybe got exploited a little bit on the outside, and they found a weakness there. Osseo did late in the game, and it came at the right time.
We'll take a break as soon as Coach Lamker is done talking with his kids. We'll pull a couple of Orioles aside for our post game. You've been watching high school football. We'll continue here at Maple Grove High School after this timeout.
If you drive buzzed, it could cost you around $10,000. You'll face major legal fees, major fines, and steep insurance penalties. You could lose everything. Buzzed, busted, and broke, because buzz driving is drunk driving.
You watch Channel 12 at home. Why not on the go? Channel 12 is online at 12.tv. Watch on your phone, on your tablet. Channel 12 is your local source wherever you go. Just log on to 12.tv. Check out our videos, subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on Twitter, like us on Facebook, and even watch live events via live stream. So don't wait. Stay up to date with Channel 12 and 12.tv, your local source.
There's a shelter pet who wants to meet you. Meet one today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org. Adopt.
Wow, these are really good.
You act surprised. Practice makes perfect.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who don't need perfection. They need you.
Osseo pulling it out over Maple Grove tonight, 27-26. Alial is standing by with a couple of the Oriole players.
Hey guys, thanks so much. What a wild game. Is this how any of us saw this happening? I've got Malik Gaylord here and Mario Armstrong, two really key components to tonight's game. Malik, you guys just beat an undefeated team, handed them their first loss, one of the best defensive teams in the state. Talk how that feels.
It feels great. Everybody came to play. Nobody hung their heads when we were down. I just think that we overcame everything. And the last play, everybody was praying, and it came out on our side.
Was there ever a point where you doubted your team, thought, gosh, I don't know if we're going to be able to pull this off?
No, I have faith. I have all faith in my team. I don't have any doubt in anybody.
What did you think of your offensive line tonight? Did they really make it so that you were able to, you got a touchdown, you're 10 for 18 against a really good defense? Talk about that.
Yeah, my line held up the whole game. So I really didn't get hit unless after I threw the ball. So I'm happy with it. The line's happy with it. We won. So
congrats, Malik. Also, you guys now, I don't know if you know this, are first in the conference that you guys got this win. How does that feel for Osseo Orioles?
That's great. That just shows us all our hard work has paid off. We focused on 3 things this week: poise, discipline, and guts. And poise, that's what got us here today. Because we knew we were going to get down in the game. We just had to keep our heads up and stay focused. And we knew that was going to be the key component to win this game, and we came out on top.
At halftime, you get the kick return. Walk us through that. You marched right down the field. You flew 85 yards. Talk about that play.
Well, when I was getting the ball, we had a little fake reverse. I was ready for it. In the locker room, I was just like, I'm gonna house it. Told my coaches, like, let me get the ball. I'm gonna take it all the way to the house. I didn't take it all the way to the house, but I did the best I could to put my team in a good position.
Do you think that your team is one of the best in the state after making a name for yourself here?
I mean, before this, from summer league, I already thought my team was the best because I have all faith in my team. I couldn't do this without my team. All my blockers out there in that kick return, they helped me out. I couldn't do it without them.
Mario and Malik, congratulations on this game. You guys go celebrate that victory. That was pretty darn good.
Thank you.
All right, back up to John.
Hey, thanks very much, Allie, and our apologies to Malik. We were told Gaylord. It's Gaylord. Malik, he had a great game, regardless, and he held his offense together. You know, his top receiver goes down last night. His running backs are falling left and right tonight. He kept it together, throws the game-winning touchdown, and they win it by 1.
Well, there was a key play even on that last possession. They were out of timeouts, and DeMario was one of the players who was not lined up right, and then he had a running back in the backfield that wasn't lined up right, and he was simply like just getting guys in the right spot to get the play off, and a 5-yard penalty at that point of the game would have been crucial. And they were able to kind of keep the ship afloat there and then make some plays down the stretch, and that was just it was a great finish for Osseo, and they got to feel very proud of what they did here tonight.
Now they come back Wednesday night to Chino Grace.
Yeah, at least they get an easier opponent. No, they got another big one ahead of them, and they're all big from here on out. I mean, you got Tino Grace to finish the season and win a conference championship in a year that many people probably rumbled that, oh, this isn't Osseo's year. They're down a little bit after what happened to them in the non-conference play. Well, here we go. Osseo is 1 win away from a conference championship and potentially a number 1 seed on their side of the bracket. And then all of a sudden, you're in the playoffs and every game is big then.
Well, Maple Grove drops to 6-1. Again, they'll finish on the road at Spring Lake Park Wednesday. Osseo home against Totino Grace Wednesday night. That's a game you'll see live on Channel 12. Jay Wilcox and Bill Hunstock will have the call on Wednesday. And that does it for tonight's telecast. Boy, you have to enjoy this one. It is a great one all the way through. Osseo pulls off the win. They defeat Maple Grove 27-26. For Joe Moline, Allie Arlt, and all of our crew, I'm John Jacobson. Thanks for watching Channel 12 coverage of high school football.